Hi-ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy episode, or podcast episode, PP
89, we think.
89, yeah, we think. In today's episode, we spend quite a bit of time talking about a little thing that happened recently, my wedding. Talk about that, Rob and I's adventure, what went down, Rob killing his speech. I had a little run-in with a thief.
Yeah, someone stole something from
I
me.
got robbed. Yeah, I actually did.
Yeah, I actually got robbed. You actually did get robbed.
And I quote, she said,
Did you file a police report?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should have, because that was some valuable merchandise. But anyway, we discuss, since we missed it, a lot of the stuff that happened during E3, like Rob and I's impressions on Halo Infinite. Blue and I recording a new Pokemon Soul Link Nuzlocke. You gotta check out some other games that showed up during E3. Tons of questions and answers because we had to get caught up in the past 2 weeks, among other things, but not among us. With that said, enjoy this episode. Let's get into it.
That's kind of sauce.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, our go-to for men's full-body grooming products. From the legends who introduced the greatest electric ball hair trimmer ever, Manscaped is now introducing the Ultra Smooth Package, a razor and a formulation kit designed for the brave men out there who like to go to the skin when they trim their balls. Your new nickname is going to be the Bald Eagle after using that Ultra Smooth Package. You know your homeboys are going to see it. Without the Lawnmower 4.0, it's nearly impossible to get a nice close trim. But thankfully, I got the 4.0 now, so no more ingrown hairs. The Manscaped Ultra Smooth Package is this 3-step kit to make your package the perfect package. Comes with crop exfoliator, crop gel, and a shaver. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code GG at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles with Manscaped. After years of the fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard about Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service just starting at $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after speaking with them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless online only. By cutting out retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in some sort of form of mysterious fees. Instead, Mint Mobile passes those sweet savings directly to you. They showed me that I could save $35 a month on my bill, and that's just insane. For people looking for extra savings, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. To get your wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG.
Try to mute when I sneeze.
Copy that. Understandable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 89. We skipped a week. All our apologies. You skip a week, dude, and it's like freaking we're in the past, man. I don't know.
It really is.
I'm
it's
all
like,
over the place.
It just feels like it's been forever since we've been
What is happening?
Feels like it's been forever since you've been gone.
Yeah, the last episode was like when Bless and Shark were here. I'm not kidding you. Just because the amount of we smoked, it was like that feels like it was like another millennia. Like for
Dude,
real.
can we quickly go over that? Like, how hard did you guys hit it? Like, did you hit it
like no,
way more than usual?
I don't do that normally. Like normally I smoke I'll smoke like
you,
in the morning.
Like you binged. Like you went.
Oh, it was every day, every
Bender.
second. Like I'd say like every other hour. Like it was fun though. But like it's like what Tyrion says in Game of Thrones. He's like, if being drunk were easy, everybody would do it. And that's how I felt. I was like, man, like being this stoned is great, but like it's tough, yo. Like having to be the one that's like, all right, guys, like get up and like we gotta go. Like, all right, all right, that's time to smoke. Like, and then like my favorite part of them being here though was watching Shark play World of Warcraft. I gotta give him this. And people who play World of Warcraft at that level, it's fucking cool. So like we had his little like Discord open, and he was doing like a 12-man Karazhan raid or something like that. I don't know.
Classic. It's a good one.
Yeah, he was doing like TBC, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he was just like grinding, and then into the thing, it's all right, guys. So this one is a really tough encounter, nightmare. But this one can drop the mount, and then everyone's like, oh, I hope I get the mount, man. That'd be cool to roll for that. And then like you see like the political games, like Shark and Bless like play WoW all the time. So Shark was like, I'm not gonna get this piece of armor in hopes that like I get a piece of armor later, and someone's like, oh well, I got this one, and you can have this one. And that's exactly what happened. He got the best in slot.
Abyss. Pog.
Yeah, it was cool. And then yeah, just being super it was fun. I had like a post-con depression though when everybody left.
Right.
I don't know if you did.
Yeah. Day after the wedding, it was like Sag. Feels bad. But that's just how it do be. I was gonna say something about the. Oh, I saw this meme. Speaking of that, with like the communication in Discord, it was like girls talking about how like men have no excuses about being terrible at communication because like you listen to them talking to their friends in game and they could tell you the exact location of an enemy with like you know like that, and then the response was like, well, it's a lot easier to say, hey, there's a dude with a shotgun in that room than my crippling depression is the reason this relationship isn't working.
Yeah, it's well, and then I saw one and Sydney showed me, it was like a dude play a sniper looking in Call of Duty, like I see him 400 meters away. And then it was like a guy looking in the fridge like, hey babe, where's the ketchup? And the ketchup is it's just a fridge full of ketchup. Like it's like, babe, where's the ketchup? Like I don't. And she's like, this is so you. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like I have spec in a way that, you know, in certain things I'm a fragger, in certain things I could barely function as an adult.
Can I say something about your wedding that I thought was really fun? Or I guess this was at not wedding, but I guess pre-wedding.
Okay. Please do.
It was like we had like an itinerary, right? Like Claire, I think, or somebody had written out a color-coded itinerary.
It was Claire.
No shit, it wasn't you. It was color-coded. Like you didn't have to tell me.
Me.
It wasn't you.
You don't think I would color code my itineraries?
No, absolutely not.
Well, I wouldn't even be writing one in the first place.
I think it said like guys start getting around, like it's like guys get ready at 2:00. It's literally the day of the wedding, and it's like 2:30. Like, I think like Dado hasn't had to get ready, but Dado's taking a nap. I think Robbie and Corey are watching TV. I think I'm out in the back smoking with Bless, and I literally like people are just kind of watching E3. I'm like, I think we should have gotten ready like 30 minutes ago. And then like the camera guy got there, and we're like, okay, I think it's probably time. And Sydney, bless her heart, dude, is running a fucking
an ironing train.
Yeah, like an iron train up there. I'm looking a dry cleaner. It's the dry cleaner Sydney. She's over there. She's like, I just offered to like dry clean because she's like, I just thought you guys needed a little bit of ironing. She's like, everything was so wrinkled. Like,
whoops.
Yeah, it was just, and then it was funny too because like when I got there, we got fitted for our suits like. Not like we didn't even do like Sydney fitted me here in this room, and then I kind of just told what I thought my measurements kind of were.
And that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and then like the suit got here like maybe a year ago, and then they're like, you can take it in and like set up an appointment if you do need adjustments. Well, like guess what? That thing never left the box, except I did take the pants and the jacket out of the box. So when I left, I had just brought the suit and the jacket. So when I first got to your house and when you were pulling up with everybody in the car and I was on the phone, I literally was like, because they were talking about, like, Ethan was like, yeah, my undershirt has, like, EM on it. And I was like, undershirt? Huh. Like, I was like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I was like, I just see a jacket and a pair of pants. And then I was like, I think there's a box. And, like, this box is underneath, like, some video games. I think a pot of plants is on top of it. And, like, some video, just it's stuff in my closet, just a bunch of boxes. And I was like, babe, can you check out this box that literally sounds like it's an Italian creamery, like a gelato store. It's like, and she's like, yeah. And so like she opens it and she's like, yeah, babe, there's a tie in here that hasn't been opened, and there's a white shirt yeah, I'll bring this. I was like, thank you. And then like that morning too, somebody had brought up the tie. and your brother was like, I forgot that I taught, and like just got up and like left.
My brother,
and
who's
what
like,
I didn't,
yeah, he's like an hour away. He's like, I forgot my tie, and he just left, and he came back like 2 hours later. He's like, I got the tie.
and then I was like, when he was gone, I was like, damn, like he must have lost that fucking tie and is trying to like at a men's suit warehouse trying to replace it or something.
Like a picture, like come on.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I just live like literally in like Red Rocks. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the day though. He's like, no, I don't have my tie. Yeah, I don't. Do I have shoes?
And then let's talk about Ethan leading us down Makeout Hallway or Makeout Way, and that like
we went.
That was like, yeah,
well,
it's like a.
I guess we'll walk through the day. So, well, the day before we had reception, dinner, whatever those are called. I don't. I think that's what it's called.
Dinner part. I don't know.
Yeah, the rehearsal dinner. That's it. Rehearsal dinner. We went to the venue, groomsmen, bridesmaids, us, and then we did the little rehearsal. Took like 40 minutes, whatever. It's nothing big. Then we went over to Claire's stepmom's house, which normally the way wedding things work or whatever, it's like the parents of the groom take care of rehearsal dinner, and the parents of the bride help with the wedding. I think is how it's supposed to work. All they do for the wedding is monetary. They don't help like plan it, but then the parents of the groom take care of the thing. So it was supposed to be at my parents' house. Well, as you might know, we're in a little bit of what's called a seller's market in the housing place, especially in Colorado right now. It's booming. So my parents, kind of on a whim, rightfully so, sold their house, and they made quite a good return. And because of that, though, the people were like, hey, we're going to give you all this money right now. You got to be out in 30 days. And so they're like, oh. And so ironically, they essentially handed over the keys the day before we were supposed to have rehearsal dinner. So all the plans had to change. So then my mom had to just get everything set up at this other place at Claire's stepmom's house. We went over there. We had dinner, got pizza, catered, of course. I got to guess who was in charge of deciding food for that one.
Can I say something
It's Claire.
about that
You
pizza,
get no.
yo?
Yeah.
I didn't like the pizza.
Yeah, no. I was disappointed because it goes deep. First off, it was a little cold. That didn't help. But then again, ordering like 20 pizzas or whatever, and then having to coordinate and blah, blah, blah.
Agreed, yeah.
That's understandable. But, and bless my mom's heart, there is a certain pizza place I really like around here. And so I told her about that. And so she goes ahead and caters. But what she doesn't know is there's a meta to it. You go to the store she ordered from for their dessert. Their dessert's good. But you order from a different store a little farther away because their pizza's better. They're the same stores.
Oh.
They're like local things, so there's a couple of them.
Uh-huh.
But I've found, because like the first time I ordered from this place.
I think I've heard you say this, yeah.
Yeah, the first time I ordered from it, I didn't know. And the pizza was delicious. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting more. So then, this was like when I first moved into this place, like a couple days later or whatever, I'm like, I want to try that again. I go through the delivery app, and I'm like, oh, there it is. Order from it. I get it. And the pizzas, I'm like, this is not what I remember. Turns out, the other one wasn't open at the time, but it's the same store, just different branch.
Yeah.
And then this is when I figured out, after a couple more testing, of course, I had to come on.
Absolutely.
Of course. Figured out, yeah, their pizza every time, I'm going to say it, it's pretty bad. But
the dessert is better.
The dessert, yeah, is great, because the problem is if you go the other place, their dessert is trash. They have this like cinnamon bread, and you essentially just
use the stores, take out the bad
That's
boat.
what I'm saying. It's literally like raw dough with just like cinnamon sprinkled over it. It's disgusting. The other place, perfect cinnamon bread. Like, oh my God.
Like
but
perfect crunchiness, like it actually kind of cooked.
It's
like
cooked.
Nice and...
That's the 1st thing. Yeah, it's cooked. So I forgot to tell her that, just assuming she would know, but of course she wouldn't. So she went with like the closest one to her. And so she got the one that just doesn't have as good of pizza. So for me, that pizza was very subpar.
I would say it was C tier.
I wouldn't even say like average. It was meh.
Wait, was this recent? Was this the pizza night?
Yeah, this was rehearsal
like
dinner.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then like what was funny too, this is what really, instead of like getting like a pizza that like so Christian I guess has this special pizza.
Right.
And he goes, I have a special pizza that's at the end that nobody else
touches.
Can eat. And I was like, why didn't you just order 4 of those too? Like,
well, I wasn't in charge. My mom only ordered one of mine. Like if she'd ordered more, but she told me she only ordered one and it was just for me. So I was like, all right, nobody touched that.
And even that for you was meh. Like your specific order was meh.
Yeah. I'm saying
like, there was like one point, like I don't know who it was, whoever like the one handing out the pizzas were. I was like, all right, I like have to eat. Like, I'll just have one more little itty bitty slice, and I take like a little slice and leave like the last one on there. She goes, "Oh no, please take this last one!" And it's like a Jehovah piece, and it's like I'm not gonna eat this, but like she's like, "Please, it'll maybe like put out the next cheese," and like I was like, "Sure." So like I take that one, and then she opens up the cheese, and I was like, "Woof."
Woof. There was a lot of pizza. I was left with. Apparently, no one likes Supreme, because I don't think any of them were touched, and so I just had like 6 full Supreme pizzas left, and I hate Supreme.
I hate Supreme.
Yeah,
ew.
Supreme as well.
So I was like, does anyone want these?
Like mushrooms, black olives, like
it's too much. Like you're just like at that point you're like making a pie, not a pizza. Like
I can't even say green onions because like I like green onions on a pizza, but I don't like all of that on a pizza. You know, like it's too much.
Yeah, Supreme is just not. No, we can't be doing Supreme, dude. I don't know who
That's
made that up.
That's all my dad used to get.
American pizza, yeah.
That's all my dad used to get was fucking Supreme Tombstones. So like by the time I picked everything off, it was like just a piece of tomato paste.
You see these? Carnivore teeth, not herbivore teeth. Okay.
Yeah, gross.
Give me my meat. But yeah, so bless my mom's heart because like first off, I'm the same with her. She hates planning big parties and stuff. So this was like her nightmare. So she coordinated everything great, and she pulled it all off in a very short amount of time when she had to completely change everything. So bless her heart. I was still just happy there was pizza, and I appreciate all the work she put in. But it was nice. Everyone was there for the most part. We chilled. There were some awkward toasts, and it's just the worst. So like. Because like Claire and I,
but not by me. I think everyone's gonna think like, like that was not me. No,
there's like some extra toast, but for me, it's like, all right, guys, let's like toast like the married couple, and they put us in the front of the yard, and everyone's circled around this.
Yeah, it's like it almost looks like a sacrifice or something.
Midsummer.
Like we're gonna stone them or something.
Everybody's looking at us. I'm like, and then a couple people toasted, but for the most part, it was a nice night.
Hey,
Weather
I'm
was
thankful
great.
for those toasts because it taught me not what to do. You know, later on in the day.
Weather was nice. It was a fun night. So then the next day, we obviously have to get ready for the wedding. What's up?
Oh, this is okay. This is
that's like
Yeah,
that's like the day
reception
before.
night, the day before.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say there's a special toast I wanted to talk about, but we'll talk about that after. We get to as we get there.
So
cross that bridge.
The day after is wedding day. So Claire stayed at that house. We stayed at my house. And next day we get up. All of us, including like Dado, Danielle, all the plus ones and everything. Everyone that's at my house essentially. I'm like, yo, we're going to Chili's. We went to Chili's. Yeah. And just to like get something in our bellies beforehand. And just because I wanted to spend some time with everybody that came in, like Shark and Bless and stuff. So we hung out there, came back, and then there was this whole itinerary, and there's like this specific thing where like, okay, at this point, at this time, the guys need to get ready when the photographer gets there so we can get candid or whatever. I'm like, okay. Well, the photographer shows up late, and so he's a little bit late, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to take a shower. So I take a shower.
Oh, wait, he did?
Yeah, he showed up like 30 minutes late.
Oh, I had no idea.
I think there was like some miscommunication. He didn't know. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't blame him. It still worked out. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to take a shower quick. Got out. He was there. We started getting ready. He took some candids. while we were all getting ready. As I think my two brothers had to tie everyone's ties because we're all Papega.
Yeah, I'm not like candids are tough. It's hard for me just to be like,
Just
I don't
act
know, because
natural.
like if okay, you want me to get like, if you want me to act natural, it's just gonna be me going like this, like just putting on a fucking tie. It's not gonna be me be like like it was just like, I don't know. I'm just like not like that at all. So like he was like, "Yo, can you tie your shoe?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like yeah,
Sure.
I was like, yeah. So I'm sure that
So you
picture
take
of
the
me tying my
bunny,
shoe
it
is
goes
a
through the
banger.
loop. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got it hanging
so
up. He's like, that is a candid.
I always thought just candids are. It's just hard for me to do candids. But yeah, I didn't know how to tie a tie. I hadn't worn a tie since like high school, and like
It's been a while since I tied one.
I swore on everything. I was like, I'm never gonna work a job that requires a tie. Like that was it. I said, whatever I do, I'm not wearing a tie.
Oh, you didn't hear? Twitch just put in this mandatory.
That's the new meta.
Attire.
Apparently, wearing a tie is the new meta. So
I know how to do a one Windsor knot or a full Windsor or whatever, but not well enough that I'm willing to be confident enough that that's the tie I'm going to wear on my wedding day. So I got my brother to do it. Thanks. We all got ready. It was like literally in our bedroom. And then after that, so then what we had to do was he got there because we were going to take that. And then we were going to a national park, whatever, close. A park close by. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. Like,
yeah.
I can see why Ethan makes out with girls there back in the day.
So we had to go there and get pictures with all the groom's party and whatever. So we get there, and for whatever reason, apparently, because I went with my brother Ethan a couple days before to like scope out a spot for us to get pictures, and like everything's closed. They've like, it's supposed to be like this community park, whatever, but literally everything's like barricaded off, whatever. Like you're just not supposed to be able to go anywhere. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do anymore. But apparently a couple years ago, Ethan was talking about, back in high school, he would just take all the chicks here and, it was like make out rich essentially. But yeah, we go down there and go down there and do this over here. But all those places were shut off. So there was like little fences, not even like a fence. I don't even know, what would you call it? Like a railing almost?
Like a barrier? Like I don't know.
Like a little over waist high barrier. So
yeah, I'd say to my chesticles.
Never say that again, please. We all had to, in full suits, had to get over it. So that was a little interesting. But then we go down there and we go for a little hike in our full groom's attire. But then we get there and it pays off. It really is gorgeous. We take some pictures. And thankfully for us, God's like, you're taking some groom pictures? Oh, don't mind if I
blow the wind opposite of the hair, so then you get these. You get a little bit of this in the pics.
All the pictures are like,
it's bullshit. I was fucking pissed.
And there was no wind before that, and like by the end of it, the wind was gone. It was just like perfect storm that just this wind came right at the worst time. So we all had to take our pictures. And that's where my brother Ethan talked about make out rich, and he went to a little too many details. And so we were on time though. We're like, okay, we're making good time. We got to be there by 4. Let's go, ladies. So we all go back. We all drive. We get there at actually a little bit before 4. The record it was like 3:57.
Yeah, we got there pretty on time. Yeah,
and I was like, boom! You can't say I was late to my wedding. And so we're waiting around for everybody else. Like, what are we waiting on? Like, where is everybody? And turns out they're like, we really need you here at 4. We didn't do anything until like 5:15 or something.
Yeah, that was such bullshit. But like, whatever, I get it. Like,
yeah, but I wouldn't have been as mad if it wasn't as hot as the devil's butthole.
Well, I mean, okay, so I thought you guys. Okay, so I didn't want to make a big deal. I had a beef with somebody at your wedding, and I was surprised you still invited them. And they're called mosquitoes. I thought you would have taken the invite from the mosquitoes because I was going to be there. But apparently, the mosquitoes heard I was going to be there and showed up, fam.
Yeah. That's a
they
whole
showed
other...
up and
room mosquitoes.
That's a whole other story.
Dude.
But, like,
it was crazy.
I didn't know there was this many mosquitoes in the entire state of Colorado. I'm pretty sure
True.
every single one got word it was our wedding, and they're like, bet, like, yo, we're coming.
Well, yeah, free food will be there.
Yeah. And
it was like that.
So while we were waiting, the mosquitoes weren't bad yet, because it was still like afternoon. There was like a couple. It was mainly just hot, and there was no water. Like, we didn't have any drinks or anything yet. So we were just kind of standing around. Because originally I thought earlier, like, Claire and I were supposed to do our first look earlier and to do pictures earlier. But apparently I got the wrong itinerary. I don't know. A lot of it was being made up on the fly.
Well, and then, okay, so I told you about this at the wedding, but like Claire and like her bridesmaid wanted to do like the first reveal.
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted like me to be in like a wedding dress, and for like on your wedding day, the first thing you see is me in a dress. And they were like pitching it to me, and they're like, wouldn't that be hilarious? And I literally looked at them, I was like, yeah, fucking right. I was like, I was no chance that happens ever.
Thanks for nixing that one. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I said, I never in a million years. And then Claire, I was like texting Claire about it. She's like, maybe Shark will do it. Like,
He probably would have if he had. That would have been something. But so we waited a little bit. We just chilled out while all the like vendor people were getting stuff set up, and then we had the first look I had with Claire.
that was nice.
It was, and then that's when I first realized there's a lot of mosquitoes, because it was at a botanical garden.
Yeah. It was like in that foyer, especially, like in that little kind of spot.
It was miserable, yeah. So I went up closer to, there's like this big, we're supposed to be cocktail hour, there's this giant tree, and there's like this big patio around it. It's cool. And then there's this walkway with all these beautiful flowers. So I was on the walkway waiting for her to walk up, and I'm just sitting there like just like whacking, slapping.
Ninjaing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
Mosquito ninja.
And I was like, wow, there's a lot of mosquitoes here. And little did I know that was just the beginning. And so then I see Claire. She's gorgeous, beautiful, looked great. We started taking some pictures. And then that's when I realized, like, couldn't even sit still for photos. There were so many mosquitoes. And then the worst part was there were so many. They were getting caught in her, like, veil and dress. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I'm not going to tell her. She hates bugs.
Oh, my God.
And she hates dead bugs. So I'm like, I can't tell her. And it was worse for her because, at least for us, like, they don't got much real estate.
We had a Kevlar suit, you know?
Like, they don't have much real estate. Like, they got our face and, like, our hands. And that's about it. But like for Claire, I feel so bad.
Open season.
Yeah, it's mosquitoes like, we eating good tonight.
Yeah.
So we took pictures, and then all the groomsmen and blah blah blah. We start taking a lot of pictures. Then she goes back, and then we get ready for the ceremony, I think.
Well, you're skipping a very important event that happened in those pictures.
Okay, well, why don't you tell that one? Because you feel
so we're like taking pics, like, and like again, yo, like, this is when, hey, words out, mosquitoes are coming, like so.
Like, I thought mosquitoes in Colorado were myth before this day.
I mean, I knew of some, but like you have to be in like the perfect. You have to be like next to a lake. Like, everything has to be perfect.
I thought I was in the middle of Georgia in the summer. At night.
It was bad. Like, I haven't seen it like that in a long time. Like, that's probably the worst I've ever seen it, honestly. So we're taking pictures and stuff, and it's like everybody's like, ah, so like they're all fighting away from mosquitoes and stuff. And you know, here comes Superwoman. You know, she has what do you call it? The spray. So she's like the hero. So, but instead of being like, hey guys, like, hey, everybody, I have spray. Like, let me spray your hands and you can, like, kind of put it on you. She takes it into her own hands to just kind of spray people and just kind of, like, you know, crazy with it. And so she comes up to me and I get the first spray, right? I just feel a spray. And I'm not capping, yo. Like, let's say this is the spray. Like, it is like, I feel it right here, yo. And it is like, and it gets, like, the corner of my, like, it is like a good radius, like, is covered my eye. And like I'm almost like, and then she does it again, and it gets like my top of my head, and I go, oh, that's nice. Like that was like a really nice burst of water. Cause I was like, who would like do that? Like,
just cool you
like
down
who
a
would
little
just
bit,
like if it's bug spray, they would just be like, hey, like I have bug spray. Oh, cool. Let me grab that from you. But instead, like I thought she was just like spraying water on people to kind of keep them cool. And I originally go like, oh, that is nice. And then all of a sudden my eye just goes, and then I was like, oh, I don't. And then she goes, yeah, guys, I just put some bug spray on you. And like, it just got on your suit too. So like, just wipe that off. And it turned our suits like green, kind of.
Yeah.
So like now my eye just has fucking mosquito repellent in it and my hair and now my suit. And like, now they're expected to be like, okay, now Rob, slide over to your right and then hand over left. And I'm like, yeah. It's just, I'm really not looking forward to those. I hope whoever you got to do those is going to do a great job.
The wizards with Photoshop.
Yeah, so like for like the next like hour or so, it was pretty bad.
Happy.
But then like,
Rob
and like you know me, baby. Hey, I'm the
petty.
Shade King. I'm the Shade King. Hey, when it's a cloudy day, you know Rob's gonna cloud this.
I'm over here like, Rob, be nice.
Oh, dude, it hurts so. And then like I was just like biting my tongue. Not really though.
I mean, literally, like everyone else was with you though. Like she went full overboard, and she was like,
I think it's just like a wedding day, and she was just like, okay, like go. So like, let me just spray everybody real quick, and like what? Like just slow it down. Hey, be the point guard. You know, hey, slow it down, keep it steady, put your hands out. Pss, pss, pss. That's all it had to be. Oh, thank
that would
you.
have been nicer, yeah. But and she's like, it's all natural, doesn't smell. It smelled, and I'll tell you about something later. So she goes through, like, even me, like, kind of get on me, and then I look down, and she's like, "Oh, you're probably gonna want to like dab that off your shirt." And I look down, and it's just like white speckles everywhere. And they went on my brand new, wedding suit, and then you like
that we paid for. Like those are ours. Like those are
rentals.
like we paid for those. Like we bought those.
So you go to wipe it, and then wherever it was is just a green dot on the suit, and they're like, "Oh my god!" You're like, "It's fine, it's whatever." And she just wouldn't stop. Like after everything, just like more and more. And then that's when Rob would just she'd be coming over, and he'd just keep making sly comments. I'm like, "Rob, be nice."
Man, mosquitoes are touching me right now because of my eye. I'd be like, hey fellas, I got a mosquito in my eye. Like I'd say shit like that.
He just wouldn't stop.
And then like one time she did like the thing where like originally like I saw her in the corner of my eye, and like I swear to God I look and I just see spray bottle. Like that's what it was like I saw it in my peripheral. So again she was like in my peripheral, and your dad standing right in front of me. Oh, he was dying. She like walks by me. I went like that. he was dying. He was loving it.
It really was. Yeah, that was an adventure. But then like that was the thing. We took some more pictures by where the reception your cocktail hour is supposed to be by those trees, and it was even worse there. Just mosquitoes and mosquitoes and mosquitoes. So then, so we're done taking pictures. They go back. We get ready for the reception.
I have a story too.
Whatever.
People like start arriving
Ceremony.
at this point too, and I see Dado and Danielle, Shark, Bless, and Sydney roll up. And I like see the bug spray. I'm like, I'm gonna hook them up right now. I'm gonna hook up Danielle and Sydney because they're gonna need this. And so I give it to them, and I'm like, hey, you guys are gonna need this. Like, put this on. And you would think I was handing them like a fucking nuclear bomb with like the way they were reacting. They were like, why?
What is this?
Why do I what? Like, what? I was like, trust me. And then like they were just like, she like put it in her purse or something. And I was like, you're not gonna I was like, just give it back to me then. And then like I think like 20 minutes later, I saw him coming out of there like, Jesus, like, get it off of me. And I was like, oh, all of a sudden the nuclear bomb I handed to you seems pretty handy, huh?
Little did they know. So people were arriving. We were hiding in the stables, and like they're called the stables, Rob, but like it's really just
it's like 4 pieces of wood and a roof.
It looks much nicer than that, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's not like I think when I originally like a horse stable. It's not like it's literally just
it's like an open space. Yeah, it's like a barn, like with like a cement floor and stuff. It's nice.
And so the big barn doors were closed. We were behind that, waiting on the ladies. Ceremony was supposed to start at like 6. So we're chilling there.
DJ tells us they don't have the song prepared or something.
Oh yeah, he comes up to me.
Last minute change up.
He comes up to me like, "Hey, I saw you have this or something." And we're here like, yeah, that's a question for my wife who's not here. So I'm gonna say, just do what you got to do, man. And
my favorite is he's like, I can't pronounce this song.
oh yeah, because for the ceremony, all the songs were instrumentals from Your Name. So.
My god!
So
you guys are ridiculous.
That's just a bunch of Japanese.
Yeah, so he's like,
there's a bunch of weebs getting married.
It's like, we don't have anything. Listen to the instrumentals, dude. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're great.
But yeah, he's like, we don't have that or whatever, but we have like this. Whatever. It's like, you got it, man.
We have YMCA. Like,
that's as close. Does that work? And then beside from that, yeah, we're just sitting there chilling. It was pretty hot. Mosquitoes were everywhere. And so we're waiting. The ladies show up. We do the ceremony. It's super short. We walk out. We have like a little mini circle. Like it's like a half circle, semicircle around the inner circle where Claire, me, and my dad are. My dad is officiating, even just more for the sake of it. And all the guys enter, girls enter. Everyone sits down. My dad has some words prepared. We exchange our vows. We kiss. We're married still. Oh, Rob had a very important cue. He did great.
Very nervous.
Did great.
I fucked it though. There was one point where the bridesmaid takes the bouquet.
Oh.
And I saw Hannah make a movement, and I had a false start. I did a little. I did a little.
Wait, whistle calls a false start?
Yeah, hey, referee would have been all over that shit. He'd been like,
hey,
groomsman over there. Best man, false start. I did it though.
Originally, Claire comes out with the bouquet. So then there's at one point she gives it to the bridesmaid. And then a little bit later, they something about like, all right, now they're going to share their vows. And at that point, I turn around. Rob's there. Boom, ready. He's like, got you.
Yeah, like a handbook.
Yeah, he's got it in his little, his pocket. He's been working on it. He'd been working on the movement.
Yeah, I was working on like the transition. Like I had it prepped though. I didn't want to be like.
It's
because
right,
like it's
right
still kind of
here.
like it's a deep ass pocket. Like my sunglasses were in there, a funny horn was in there,
yeah,
like a yarn, a string,
an umbrella.
Yeah, that's where I keep my props.
It was like Mary Poppins pocket.
An umbrella.
But yeah, nice, easy,
been funny. I think that would have got a couple chuckles.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one.
Long funny snake. Like when does it stop?
But Rob, please. So he hands his book. We read our vows, and then that was pretty much it. We were already married, so it's more of just a public ceremony.
People saw it, yay.
Yeah, and just celebrate with friends. And Claire and I read our original vows we read to each other, and then we added on some extra ones for the ceremony. For the second time, we go back. Then I think after that, it's more pictures. Except this time, the bridesmaids and groomsmen are home free unless they're family. It was all family pictures. Lots of family pictures. More mosquitoes. Everyone gets to enjoy cocktail hour. And what we looked is like we were there, and Claire's looking over. She's like, why is nobody up at like where nobody's supposed to be there?
She means like everybody's supposed to be like
yeah,
on
like
that
that's
deck.
where like the cocktail hour is supposed to be, and so the reason no one's
where all
there
the
is
snacks
because
were too.
Yeah, it's because that's where all the mosquitoes were. Everyone unanimously agreed, no, we're staying over here because we're not going over there in mosquito haven.
They had taken over the cocktail party.
It was. Really
you want to
bad.
see? You think mosquitoes are bad? You should see a wedding drunk mosquito. All right, those
what
are
a
even
nightmare!
worse.
Oh my god, can't control himself. So we go through photos and stuff, and then once they're all done, Claire and I have to do our own photos real quick. And this is when Mosquito Lady bites again. She's like,
"Oh, what?
Yeah." So you missed this part. So Claire and I have to we're taking a couple like last veil pictures or whatever before she takes it off. There's like specific things you do with it, I guess. I was like, I don't know, where do I stand? Where do I put my hands? Okay. So she's like getting the veil ready, but then she's like, oh my gosh, like mosquitoes are ever like, let me get you, girl. And Claire's like, I'm good. She's like, don't even worry about it. And if you thought you got it bad, I mean, probably a solid solid minute of just like.
Well, yeah, I saw like she had upgraded to an actual can instead of the can. I said, who gave her that power?
Yeah, what have you done?
Yeah.
And so Claire was literally just glistening from all the mosquito repellent, and it was supposed to be odor free, but bless her heart,
that shit never is. And like, does mosquito repellent even work? Yo, can like we be real for a second? I feel like they got a chokehold on the market. Like that shit does not work.
Well, judging from the night, no, it did not work. And so yeah, she was like, do I smell? Is it bad? I'm like, oh. And then I'm over there like inhaling fumes, like I might die. It was that bad. So we take the pictures. We go down and I take candidates, whatever, and then they're like, "Oh, let's stop on this bridge, like over this little creek. Oh, this would be great."
And that's where I think it was probably the worst.
Oh yeah,
because like that is a water, like that's got to be the worst spot.
I'm like, we're taking like one picture and we're out.
That's where the final boss was.
Yeah, this is a great spot, and I'm like, you don't understand. Like I'm over there like fighting.
You're like in a Dark Souls battle with a mosquito. You're like. Rolling,
the music's playing.
You don't understand.
I'm
like,
dodging.
I
was fighting for my maiden. I'm like trying to block like the 50 million things she's got going on. She's
like level 1 mob, and you're fighting the level 99 boss.
For you, my queen. So we do that, and then we finally get back, and here's the fun part: food. That's what I was waiting for. So we get food. Perks of being the bride and groom. We got to go first. Big Pog. So we got this barbecue buffet. I'll let Rob, from the little bit you ate, what'd you think?
I thought it was. I mean, I'm not a big like barbecue guy, like just like in general, but like yeah, it was good. I just like don't eat when I'm nervous, so like I think I ate 2 bites of the meat, and then I had 2 rolls, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I was so nervous that was all I ate.
It was tough to get a review from Rob because Rob was waiting for his speech, best man speech, and that wouldn't come until the end.
Let's be real. That's the highlight of the wedding. That's all anybody ever talks.
Of course, that's what they're waiting. Like, come on.
That's what everybody is there for.
So the speeches though don't come until like the end of dinner, essentially. So Rob's just like he's too nervous and he's just sitting there. Not touching anything.
Yeah, that's why it was bad for me to be first served. I was like, well, I'm not eating. Like, so this is great.
He's like, I'm not eating until I've said my speech. I'm not drinking until I've said my speech. And I felt bad because I'm over there just nomming. They had this barbecue brisket, super tender. It was great. The chicken was great. They had these honey rolls with honey
those were good.
butter. Yeah, those were really good. But I was just starving, so I slammed that down. Food was delicious.
Well, and then like the last thing I wanted to have happen was like they're like, all right, let's do the speech, and like people are still eating. So like the last thing I want to do is like be doing the speech. You just hear like clink clink, like you know what I mean? That's like almost as bad as like a Discord sound. I just didn't want to hear the clink clink, or, like people.
Like, oh yeah, this is
plate. Great. Oh man, that was like that's why I was like, I talked to the dude. I was like, I want everybody done with their food. I was like, please.
Well, so at one point, like I'm like, Sydney, where'd Rob go? And I look out and I see you out in the distant field, just like pacing, talking to yourself. He's like, he's working. He's like, okay.
Spitting bars, yo. Spitting bars. I'm writing my hot 16.
It's okay. He's preparing himself. So then it finally gets around to speeches. Bridesmaid goes first.
She did well.
She had a good speech.
She did well.
Yeah, she had a great speech.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, she did a good job.
Well, it was well said. She memorized it all. She's no overachiever.
We get it though. You guys dated, all right? Like I feel like that is like the big punchline with we get it, all right? Yeah. We get it.
Fine. I dated the bridesmaid. That's how I met Claire. Yeah. That was the whole story.
Yeah.
But so they went through her whole thing, and then it was Rob's turn, and I'll let Rob tell his story.
Yeah, it was good. I thought I did a good job. I was really nervous. I don't know. I thought. I mean, I'm sure you took video of it. Like, I'm sure like it was recorded so I'm sure one day we'll watch it and you guys can see it. But until then, yeah, it was really good. And I I wrote something to. I think Blue saw that draft. That nothing was in there. Blue, like that was in that draft originally.
Sage. Well, it was
Which
from
is
the
like-
heart. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't want to be like fucking, on this day, like, and have a fucking scroll. You know, nobody likes that. So like I tried to like keep it like in chronological order, but then like, you know, when you write a paragraph and you have your first paragraph, and then in your third paragraph you talk about something that was already in your first paragraph. I kind of did that, and so like that was kind of like I kind of lost my timeline a little bit. But I mean, I think I stuck to the point, and I think it was pretty good. I haven't heard your opinion on it, Christian. Did you think it was okay?
It was great. I
Okay,
thought you did a great job.
I
honestly,
gave myself an 8 and a 7, but that's because I'm tough on myself, and I think I stuttered a little bit too.
I just felt bad the whole time. Like, I made you best man, and now all you're doing here is just like fearing the moment. You're just like so anxious you can't do anything.
It's not fearing the moment. It's kind of just like, you mean a lot to me, and your family means a lot to me. So the last thing I want to do is like, hey, remember Rob's fucking speech when you got married, man? You know what I mean? Like that was like the last thing I wanted. And so I thought it was good. Yeah, I thought I gave myself. But then like people actually came up to me at the end and was like, "Hey, mate, good speech, eh?"
Yeah, that was Dave.
I don't know who that guy. Yeah, he goes, "Hey, mate, that was a great speech." And I was
Well,
like,
because
"Thanks, dude."
it was funny because at the end of it, Rob Fishy goes,
Oh yeah.
"All right, finally,
Dude, I blacked out. I swear, it was like a stand-up routine. Like that's why I said that. Like because they gave me a free mic, so I was kind of like working the stage a little bit.
Of course, you got to. I mean, come on, work the people.
Yeah, and then I just downed my drink because I was like, I can finally drink.
Yeah, he's like, I can finally eat and drink now. I just like, whoa. That was hilarious, and that's like what Dave. What would his relationship even be to me? I have no idea.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
There's so much I miss about dating in the before times, but it isn't even just the normal dates themselves. It's the unexpected thrill of meeting someone new when you aren't even looking. The awkwardness of a blind date. Picking up the check when they forget their wallet. The first kiss. It's all the little things. Vaccination is the most effective way to prevent COVID-19 and getting back into the game. Find your COVID-19 vaccine location near you at vaccines.gov. That's VACCINES.gov. Things are opening up again, which means guess what? I get to travel again, which means I'm going to be stuck in an airplane a lot, stuck in a car a lot, which means I need the best audio device to listen to. And whether it's for work or play, a lot of us are going to be on the move again this summer. So my advice to you is take your Raycons with you. Whether you're on your exercise bike or just running outside, a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears can make all the difference. When I'm on my exercise bike, I can always count on my Raycons keeping their charge and never falling out of my ears. Raycons look great and feel even better. They come in a range of cool colors and with customizable gel tips included for a comfortable in-ear fit. So listen up, Raycon's offering 15% all of their products for our listeners, and here's what you got to do to get it. Go to buyraycon.com/GG. There you will get 15% off your entire order, and it's such a good deal, you'll want to grab a pair and a spare. There's 15% off at buyraycon.com/GG. That's buyraycon.com/GG.
That's why I was like, like this guy or something, like, or is he like your dad's kind of mate or something?
No, it's Claire's sister-in-law's husband.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that makes him to me.
Thought,
Well, I don't know what that
that's
makes
just
to
your
me.
brother-in-law, right?
I don't know. Is it
So it's Claire's sister's husband, you said, right?
sister-in-law's husband? Does that change anything?
I don't know.
Because that's like another layer.
It's like another law. There's another law.
A brother-in-law. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
But
was
he's
him.
Dave, good guy.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand, and he's got the accent through and through. He was also
I
filmed.
was like, bless.
He was filmed. Oh God, yeah. Oh my God. Let's talk about that real quick. Bless the entire reception or rehearsal dinner that night before. Went around as, what was his name?
He's just an Australian guy.
I think
I don't know if he had a name.
Slayer or something. Oh, I ate Slayer. And he just went around trying to do an Australian accent the entire night. And of course, these people don't know him. So I'm just
so
like,
they buy it.
So, well, most of them don't. And I'm just like, please ignore him. Like, just don't. But apparently somebody did come up. I'm like, where? Like, and ask somebody, like, is he from like Australia? And of course, Bless hears that. And he's
Bless,
like, yeah, he's like, there we go, man. Like, it's all worth it.
That's what you wanted, Bless, and you got it. And then he's like, "Oh my god, they actually think I'm from Australia." I'm like, "What did you like? What was the end goal then?"
Yeah, it's so funny. So then they come up like, "Are you from like New Zealand or whatever?" And he goes, Tennessee." And then he just breaks his own character. It was a whole thing. But then there were the speeches.
Oh, and then Shark. Yeah, the Shark does his speech.
Shark did his speech. Yeah, shout out to Shark. You know, he didn't have anything prepared, but he felt moved, and he said, you know, he wanted to say something from the heart. So he went up. Let's go, Shark.
Let's go, Shark.
Hey, we'll be honest too. I don't think anybody. I think Christian said this. Nobody in that room understood that speech other than like us.
Like Rob, me, and Bless, and Claire.
I think I nearly cried when Shark was talking. Like it was weird. Like, and he's like talking about Destiny and Overwatch, and I'm over here like, hold it together, Rob. Hold it together.
Yeah,
I seriously was. I was like, this is beautiful.
well, the funny part was like, Shark was like, I didn't have anything prepared, but like, we want to talk, like, Fruit, Christian. Well, it's funny. He's like, my name's Shark, or like Pablo, like whatever you might know me as. Fruit, or like, well, you guys know him like Christian. We met. I don't know if Destiny. I don't know if you guys heard about this game. He's like, but it does. So we're like, but so we were playing Trials. If you guys know what Trials is. And it's just so funny because he's like,
I forgot that like Trials got brought up too.
He's like trying to explain it, but at the same time, he's like,
you guys brought up Blue. He was like the whole Blue and Trials thing. Yeah.
He's like, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but we were playing Trials, and at the time, and that's like how Shark and I met. Whatever. He went on.
He was like, he was really nice to me, and it was really cool that he would be nice to me in a moment like that. And I was like,
and talked about that, and then like playing Overwatch and all this kind of stuff, and just how, you know, we were like family to him now and all that kind of stuff. And it was a nice speech. And
it was really nice.
It was just funny because, like, looking back, like 85% of everyone listening is like, "Yes, what?"
Yeah, like
Trials?
Definitely like didn't know what he was saying.
But they knew the heart was in the right place, and that's all.
Yeah, but like to me, Blast, Dado, Sydney, Danielle, like, everybody like knew. We're over.
That's my man.
Yeah, we're over there like, damn, yo.
I didn't think Trials would be mentioned at my wedding, but here you are. I can't escape it. So other speeches, and then after that, it was, well, just the rest of the night. We had an ice cream truck come, do this like special catering for dessert.
Hey, pop and dance floor. By the way,
a dance floor.
You had a good dance floor, and like, you know, some people like at weddings, you know, their dance floor looks like this.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like two people out there, and you're like, oh, like that's sad, you know. But I feel like it was it definitely wasn't. I would have told you. It was a good time.
We broke down. I gotta tell you, I don't think I've ever moved like that, and my body was not ready to move like that.
Sydney was like, I don't think I've ever seen him do that. I was like, yeah, me either.
Yeah, something possessed me. You know, once my body gets moving, I can't stop it.
I kept this picture. I was supposed to put this in the book, but I kept it. I keep it in my wallet now. Oh, come on.
Oh, sorry.
It's just such a sick pic.
So yeah, after that, before I started dancing stuff, essentially was the time went around, talked to everybody, shook hands. Hey, hi, how are you? And weather's nice, isn't it? Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Mosquitoes. These things suck.
Oh yes, God, dude, it was. So the nice thing is, at least in the stable or whatever we were at, they had lit these giant.
Yeah, you guys had the tiki
candles.
torch meta.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
for like mosquito repellent, and those did help a good bit if you were close to them. It was a lot like the moment you stepped outside, it was 100% worse. But yeah, mosquitoes galore regardless. And then after that, yeah, I went to the dance floor, and I think there's like one song kind of got in. Everyone's kind of going, I'm like, yeah. And to be fair, I think Corey's what got me out of my shell. I was like, I need somebody to just like break the ice. And Corey's out there just busting a move. And I'm like, that's my guy. And then one more time from Daft Punk comes on. And I think that's
when it was a game changer.
That's when the night started.
For real, I think I was taking like the little pictures and the Polaroid thing, because like the thing with the Polaroid, it wasn't kind of clear to like put the Polaroids back into the book.
Yeah.
So originally people were just taking Polaroids and then like taking the pictures with them. So like the book wasn't like filled or anything.
Yeah, like we want.
So that's what I was like.
Point is the memory. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so like I was going around like taking pictures, and then one more time came out, and I was like,
Whoa. That's a game changer. Started dancing and then didn't stop dancing for like 3 hours. You could take my jacket off and wring it. That's how sweaty I was. In fact, you can kind of see, but like if I just put on my glasses, they're a little bit too high up here because now they're permanently twisted, and I don't know if you can see them, but they now have scratches on them. You probably can't see.
"Oh, really?"
But
I couldn't from that night.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I scratched my lenses because I was like, man, I can't get this dirt off. Turns out it was scratches because I was so sweaty at one point they literally just flew off my face and fell into the concrete. And so I just completely cracked
My
it. Whatever. And I was like, put them back on. Woo! Like didn't matter. But yeah, I danced for far too long. Or maybe not long enough. And yeah, the main problem was, it's a meme like, man, I'm 26 now. But really, I'm 26 and I can already tell you my body doesn't work how it used to. I was sore for days. And there was one moment I did a move that I've never done before, and I don't know why I did it. It was a spur of the moment. But I think it was the cha-cha.
Like I saw this in a movie once, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was the cha-cha, and it was like, get low to the floor. Like, how low can you go? And so I did the thing where you go and you like bend your knees, except you go all the way back to where you're literally, your knees and your thighs are on top of each other, and you're flat on the ground. Like, you just went completely back like that on your... I don't know how I did it. And once I got down there, I'm like, oh, I should not have done this.
ACL.
And then I had to go back up. Yeah, like I still have bruises and stuff, and I probably did some serious damage. But that was easily the highlight. That was so much fun.
Ricardo flick was played
twice. That was not on purpose, but the Ricardo flick did play twice. Sorry, and
All-Star got its moment too.
All-Star. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy all of All-Star because the one time I had to go for pictures for like night shots was during that, and then we're out there and I hear All-Star come. I'm like, babe, we gotta go. Like, somebody once told me, babe, come on.
This is one of them. Like,
this is it. Because yeah, I definitely threw in some of my own songs I wanted, which were like all the Daft Punk, some meme songs. There was a whole bunch of stuff. But that was I think it went well.
And then we sent you off with some colored pencils.
Oh yeah,
I forgot what those are called.
Colored pencils. Yeah, everyone got a Crayola.
Glow sticks.
Glow
sticks. That's what they're called. Glow sticks. I mean, they look like colored pencils, man. Like, they're the same fucking color. I mean, they might as well have been colored pencils.
I'm gonna need you to stop. But yeah, so for the dancing, it was like almost every side of my family was the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I mean,
your dad was getting down too, which was really important.
Yeah, I knew my dad was gone at that moment. Yeah. Once I saw him on the dance floor, I was like, that is no longer my dad. He's had
your dad. After my speech, your dad comes up to me and goes, like to give it like a dap, and I was like, all right, okay, cool. Like, I was like, sure.
Yeah, my dad was feeling good after that. After he did his little ceremony thing, he was his moment. Plenty anxious about that. Yeah, he's like, all right, time to loosen up. But we had a good like 20 people on the dance floor at all times. And considering the wedding party was like 50, I'd say that was a success.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
I rated it a 9 out of 10, and that was my honest. It was definitely A tier. Would have been S, but the mosquitoes, and I think.
Trust me, if I could have
knocked a point off, I could see that. Mosquitoes.
Yeah. It knocked the point off,
and that's out of your control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything else banging. Like, it had every drinks, had the desserts, had the food. The speeches were good. Dancing it had everything, but I just had to let's be real. The mosquitoes. Those are the only thing that sucked, and it's totally out of your control.
Claire and I are gonna always look back at our videos, and half of it you're just gonna see people in the background and us just like swinging violently, like, oh yeah, remember when we got eaten alive? Yeah, me too. And that was the joke, like, hey, sorry, I forgot I invited the mosquitoes to the party. Like, my bad.
that was the
yeah, that was the one liner for the party. Like, got him.
This guy.
Hey, there's a lot of mosquitoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my bad. We had no idea. But that was the wedding. I had a lot of fun, and then after that,
What, do we pictures? Like, do you have a word on like when pictures will be done and stuff? Like,
I don't know. When they do, I'll release some.
I was thinking like, if you're cool with it, like, because I'll be cool. If like when we do like the Fruit Summit thing, we could do like a show the best man speech or something like that, or reacts to wedding or something like that.
Sure. Well, probably not all of it. We want to keep some of it private. Obviously.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, for sure.
But aside from that, it was because like I fought for like a videographer. She's like, why do we need a videographer?
What?
And after
you
the night,
fought for that.
yeah. And after the night, she's like, I'm so glad you got a videographer. Because I was like, we're gonna want to watch back, like, because like originally
There's
she's
gonna
like,
be so much thing you're gonna miss. Like,
yeah, she was thinking, oh, we'll just get the photographers and maybe like a little sizzle reel thing, just a couple. And I was like, nah, like I want the unedited like 5 hours of the wedding or whatever. And so that's what we're gonna get. And so it'll be nice to go back.
Well, yeah, because like when I was doing my speech, I noticed they put up like big fucking lights and a big camera, and I was like, oh shit.
Well, and apparently during like later into the dancing too, I guess the videographer came up to Claire or whatever and was like, wow, he's really going after it. And Claire like was like, yeah, I had to ask you, you've got to record this. And he's like, why? Like this is not normal. He's like, really? Yeah, this has not happened much. And so then from then on, he was like, had to get a lot of it.
It's the fucking best.
I'm telling you, man. Once I got, there's a point too where you just get so hot and sweaty that you no longer notice.
And completely sober. Like, let's just say
yeah,
that
and I was
too.
completely
like,
sober.
Yeah.
And then once you get, it was like euphoria. Just from there, just
that's fun.
Yeah,
you know, like that's fun.
See, and that's why, and like Corey, for instance, the guy that was going crazy that got me on, he didn't have a sip of alcohol. You don't have to have fun.
That's right.
And yeah, it was a blast. And I
didn't drink too much. I still like drove home. Like I don't know. I was just dancing.
Yeah. Not many people really went crazy on any kind of alcohol.
And that's like another thing that was good too. You didn't have like somebody that one thing I do have to ask, is there a reason why Claire didn't do that? Woo! Or did I miss that?
Oh, I don't remember why. I know there was a reason, but like it was just like we didn't have to do it.
Like,
one, we're like already married, and then like literally every of the bridesmaids, one was I think engaged, 3 married, and 1 single. So it's like, what's the point of throwing?
Like just throwing it. Woo!
Yeah, like
two people.
Well, we're
two girls fighting for it. Fucking like.
Well, we cut out a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
I need this.
Like we didn't do that. We didn't do ring exchange. We were already wearing the rings we gave each other. We didn't do like cutting the cake. We didn't do introduction of the parties like after the ceremony, like introducing best man Robert. You come like, hey.
I'm really glad.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad you didn't do that yet.
Yeah, we're like, nah, we're gonna get to the food and let's just get rolling. So we skipped a few things. And yeah, and then after that, everyone, most of the people that flew in, groomsmen, and then a couple of the other friends came back to our house and we just chilled. I don't remember what all we did. I know Bless wouldn't shut up about BUSSY. I won't spoil it, but the BUSSY. Yeah.
All I know is you better bring me another beer.
You'll figure it out.
Another beer, a shot of whiskey, another beer. That's all. I can't wait. It's gonna be sick. You gave us our
oh yeah,
like an actual like
groomsman gift. Because while we were getting ready before, I was supposed to give it to him, but it was so chaotic, I forgot. I got everybody. They're like,
oh really? I thought it's normal to give it like after.
I think you're supposed to. I don't know. Who knows? I think regularly you could even do it at the bachelor party. I don't know. which we're gonna have a bachelor party like 2 years after we're married. I don't even know. I have at some point. But I got everybody. I think they're like bison, or there's some kind of like ivory tusk, not like elephants, but like genuine horned
Buffalo or something.
Yeah, like buffalo, handmade, tankards.
These were endangered buffalo, guys. So just
yeah. So come, you just send all your hate to me.
Please. Yes, please put all your hate in the comments.
But they're all like handmade and everything, so they're all like different. And then
like it looks like the actual tankards in fucking Game of Thrones where they fucking where they fucking like cheers and shit, where like breaks this shit, like it's got some weight. Like if I wanted to club somebody,
and they'd
be in some trouble.
And then I put a little message on all of them for everybody on the bottom.
Yeah, it says Rob GZ.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We have the little wedding book, or guest book, where everyone was supposed to like. We had a little picture thing that did instant Polaroids. The idea was like everyone comes, take a picture with them, and or their significant other writes their thing and puts their photo in it. That didn't happen. But everybody wrote something, and we were going through it, and then I get to Rob, and it's just GZ Rob.
You know what how I feel about it. I don't got to write in a book. You don't want to read you don't want to go through this like I read the 20-line thing and it's like, holy shit, I can't read this. Like, let's just save everybody that trouble, all right? That's a GZ. Then move on. And it was funny too, because like I wrote GZ originally, and Cindy was like, Robert, like, and so I sat there like, and then totally just was
but
still GZ.
Oh my god, they're gonna love that GZ.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I did not write GZ for the record. But yeah.
No, okay. It says, may every sip remind you of our brotherhood. Thanks for standing by my side today. Christian.
Now, you only got that last part, Rob, because you were the best man.
Oh!
Yeah, only you got.
So, only I got the Christian part.
Mm-hmm. Well, the standing by my side part.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're the only one that got my signature. Everyone else is like, "Who's this from?" I don't know.
Who wrote this? Who did I stand by that day?
Yeah, that was the wedding, and then the next day, early on to breakfast, then most people left. Like Shark and Bless had their flights early out Sunday morning. But then Dado and Danielle stayed.
So bad.
Well.
It's like one of those things where like you set your alarm for like 2 hours from now kind of thing. Like I felt so bad.
Ooh. Yeah, we went to bed late. So Dado and Danielle stayed though. So then spent the day, Claire and I with Dado and Danielle, did some stuff, hanged out, played some board games. Good to catch up with them. And then everybody left, and it was Monday. It was like that post-con depression. It's like, man.
For real, it was. It was sad.
Like that was such a fun night, and then weekend, all my friends and Sag. Now it's just me and my wife.
And then like Bless put the dogs away and was convinced that there was a ghost that had let the dogs out. And Sydney and Bless were all about it.
Well, you know Bless and his ghost stories.
Bless had put Appa and Olive away like in Christian's room and like made it perfect. And then when he got home, apparently Olive was out. And then Appa was in like the cage in the room Sydney and I were sleeping in. And Bless was like, whoa. And like freaking out and was like convinced that it was a spirit that had let them out.
I got a message from him. It's like, yo, I need to talk to you when you get home. I was like, Bless, what's up? He's like, you got a ghost. And what actually ended up happening was while we were at the wedding, we had a dog sitter come over and just get them out, feed them, throw the toy for him, let them like... You know,
oh, bless.
And then when she was done, like you can leave Olive out, but you should probably put Op away. We can't trust him as much. And that's what happened. But he didn't know that. So he's like, dude.
Does he know that now?
Yeah, he did. Well, we told him.
Okay, cool.
We told him. He's like,
you should have just let him know. You should have just never let him know.
Like, oh my god.
And like for the rest of his life, he'd be like, how did Olive
Well, like before Christian gets home, they're like talking in the backyard, and Bless is like, no, I know where I put them. And then like he's like, I think there's a ghost. And Sydney goes, no, I believe you, Bless, because nobody was here, and I heard something upstairs. And I was like, oh Jesus Christ, you two, like you guys are just
Here we go.
fucking like. And then like I was like, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation. And I was like, I'm sure Olive just got out of her cage, took Appa out, held him hostage, and then put him in the one downstairs.
Yeah, put him in a different.
I was like, that is more like of chance of happening than what you guys are saying, because they thought I was being ridiculous.
It's just a dog sitter.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh,
it was hilarious. But yeah, that was the wedding weekend. A lot of fun.
Yeah,
Claire and I really enjoyed it.
A-tier wedding.
And yeah, happy we were able to finally do it with everybody.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was worth the wait, even if not everything was perfect, but it didn't have to be.
Exactly, and that's what the beautiful thing of a wedding is, or are, I should say.
So that's the wedding. I have a little story real quick before we hop into things. Yeah. I told you this, Rob. So this week.
Oh yeah, the stream got
Yeah. This week, working out, getting the pump. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go get an icy or a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. There's like one on the way home. I was like, whatever, I'll go get a small one. They have like these little dollar things, and it like gets you just like, it satiates your craving. I'm like, that's what I'll go get. So I go there, I pull in. As I pull in, right in front of the store where I parked, there's a guy just like leaning against the thing with a cigarette. And I get out, I have my mask on, and he goes, hey man, do you, never mind. And I'm assuming because he sees my mask or something, I don't know, he thinks like,
I saw your glasses and was like, nerd doesn't smoke.
But probably like, well, if he's wearing a mask, he's probably, I have no idea what he thought. But he's like, never mind. So you need a lighter? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't have one. He's like, yeah, I figured. So I go into the store and I walk in and I was like, well, I'm here for the icy. But then I was like, you know what? I'll be a nice guy. He needs a lighter. I'll get him a lighter. I don't condone, like smoking tobacco. It's not good for you. But I was like, whatever. It's a nice thing. The guy just wants to smoke. So I asked the lady, like, hey, do you guys sell lighters? She's like, yeah, because they're like, they have to be behind there. What? I didn't know. They had to, because, well, at first I was like, I don't want to just roam the store for like 10 minutes looking for a lighter. So I was like,
yeah.
And of course they sell them behind
You're so wholesome. Yeah.
They sell them behind the counter. Little did I know. But it makes sense with the cigarettes. So she's like, yeah, do you want like a big or little one? I'm like, I'll just take a little one. And then I'm just going to get like a small icy. She's like, okay, just grab the cup so I can like scan the barcode or whatever. So she like puts the lighter on the counter. I go over to the back to get my icy. And as I'm walking there as I'm grabbing my cup, I just hear, hey, get back here. And I'm like, what's going on? And I look back and she's looking at me and like pointing outside. She's like, that guy just stole your lighter. As if like I should be affronted. Like, oh, my lighter. Get back. Start bolting. Get back here.
I just imagine like the Proud Family meme. Like the dad kind of walking towards
the IHOP or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And so turns out the guy who I was buying a lighter for was the guy that just came in and stole the lighter off the counter and ran out. So
what?
Yeah. So if the dude had waited,
you were literally buying it for him.
He literally just stole the lighter that within a minute would have been legally his. And I'm like, you can't make this up. And so the police go out, whatever, and I'm just like, you're going to jail for like $1.50 lighter that I was literally buying for you. What are you doing?
Like, the police department down there is pretty petty as shit. So he's getting the foot.
Yeah, they got nothing better to do.
Like,
I was
they
just
have
like,
nothing fucking better to do over there.
And it was so funny. She's like, he stole your lighter. And she like expected me. She was like still super upset about it. Like, if I was over there, I would have stopped and whatever. I'm like, lady, whose life is worth $1.50 lighter? But the funny thing too was I wasn't gonna be like, oh, I don't need a lighter anymore. I was gonna buy it for that dude. I'm not gonna say that.
I would. That's just hilarious.
No.
So now you just actually buy the lighter.
Yeah. So she's like, here. She just got like a new one. She's like, you can just, I was like, okay, yeah, thanks. I'll just grab that. I just left. I was like, what the fudge?
Do you have that lighter?
You were the only person who knew about the entire thing that transpired.
But I was
that's so funny.
Well, now everyone does, but like,
well, yeah.
Like in that moment, you're just like,
I'd love to.
I wasn't gonna be like, hey, that's I was buying a lighter for that dude.
Going into that dude's brain, like he's like, hey, that guy didn't say he had a lighter. Now he's buying one. What a fucking dick! I'm gonna steal that from him. Like,
well, the thing is though, but like he didn't know, because at the time he, I guess, walked by and saw it on the counter. I was in the back, grabbed my icy. So I think he just saw the lighter and he's like, "This is opportune," and decided, you know what?
What if he was stealing that lighter to feed his kids? You know,
well,
that
the
is
cigarette in his
that's a
hand.
social dilemma.
True.
You know,
and you know what the crazy part is? I didn't get to see him running, because what I don't understand is he was in a boot. You know, like when you have like a broken foot, he was in an air boot.
Yeah. I see.
And they're like,
"Go catch that man!"
And they're like, "Go catch him." I'm like, "What is he out there like hobbling?"
Go
His
catch
$1.50.
Listen, I didn't sign up to be Miami Vice. All right, I just came here to get a fucking icy.
I was
Go
like,
stop him.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I get for being a nice guy. So I got the lighter, I put it in my car, and now the next time somebody asks, I'll be like, "Sir, before you shoplift the next one, give me a second. I got one for you."
I do have one. He's like, I was just about to go steal one.
It's just, I was like, what are the odds?
That's
of
hilarious.
That? Yeah, so bizarre.
It's got to be like what, petty theft or something like that.
Yeah, it was
like,
a great Slurpee.
Probably
I'll tell you that.
It's probably like a $500 at least fine, I would think.
Something. Well, and if you can't pay the fine because he can't buy a $1.50 lighter.
That's what I'm saying.
Or refuses
like,
to, what happens? I don't know.
You just bought a $500 lighter that you were going to be given.
I wish I was at the counter and he grabbed him. Like, dude, I'm literally buying this for you, dude. Like, just get. You don't want to do this, man. Like, just give me a second,
Relax.
all right? Yeah, bro, chill. I don't know what's going on.
This
but
pink lighter is for you, all right?
it was a gray one. Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, don't buy white. That's like bad juju. Never buy a white lighter.
Why is
That's a
that?
crack lighter.
Yeah, you don't buy white lighters.
What?
Like if you're with somebody and they pull out a white lighter, you fucking run. That
Wait,
dude's weird.
What is it? What is the story
Dude,
behind
no,
this?
It's
dude,
just
the
a
white
weird
light
juju.
is a
Like
crack
yeah,
lighter, dude.
that's just a weird. No, it's like a real like. My belief was when I was like in college and stuff, and like smoking and all that stuff was still like bad because like it was like illegal and shit.
Well, you never did
And
that.
like, no, never. Like that was like if you had a white lighter, that was like you're gonna get caught by the cops today. So like if my friends and I saw you with a white lighter, you had to throw it out the window.
You
Like,
never get a white lighter, dude. Never.
Yeah, it's just bad juju.
That's odd. That's strange. Well, it
Makes
wasn't a
no
white one.
sense, but trust.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a white one, so we're good. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing.
But during all this, lots have happened, and we missed a week. E3, little thing you might have heard of, happened. A good amount was shown. Specifically, I know a lot of people, as well as Blue, apparently included, have been wondering my thoughts and Rob's thoughts on Halo Infinite.
I've been wondering.
Halo Infinite had, it was strange. The whole
Actually, I'm
Xbox
gonna go
conference, they had, Master Chief and Halo is like Xbox's baby. So in their dedicated press conference, they don't start with it, they don't end with it. It's in the middle, and it was like a minute. It was strange. It was a strange decision. I was like, I thought they would have like went into it a little bit more. But the little multiplayer like sizzle reel they showed, I was like, that's okay. That's pretty sick. And then turned out next day what they're doing is they released their like Vidoc essentially for multiplayer that was like 11 minutes long or whatever, talking about it more in depth. And I'll say, yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I think it looks pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. First off, again, as they reiterated, and I think they should, several times over, it's free to play. You don't even need to buy actual Halo Infinite. That's for like the campaign and stuff. So it's gonna be free to play. It's cross play, PC, Xbox, whatever series, whatever the new Xbox is, because they can't just make it easy. And yeah, the multiplayer itself, I think looks sharp. It was cool seeing a lot of returning game modes gonna be coming back. A lot of the new weapons looked really sick. All in all, it's going to be hard to say until there's like a flight I think they're doing soon to see like some more gameplay if it's not NDA'd, or if they do a beta or whatever, they're going to end up getting it in our hands. But it looked solid. It looked a lot better graphically especially than it did last year.
Yeah, that was just to like show at least something, I think. But
I wish they just started
anything at that point.
I wish the end trailer or whatever would have just been the face of the brute, but like higher res, just to meme it.
Like, meme them.
But the multiplayer, I like too that a lot of like the grapple looked really cool, but then as you find out, that's a pickup, like a limited item. It seems like, as always, they're
Which
being
is cool. I'm
pretty
okay
solid
with that.
about the balance. Yeah, like
I saw that like overshield is also like equipment, so like
and
you
so
pick
can
it up and then
choose
you
when
can
to
kind of
use it.
choose.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
that's cool. Again, a lot of the new weapons looked really fun. I like the idea of that like cadet thing they have, like when you load in the multiplayer. You're like brought in and you have like you're like in the military training facility or whatever, and then they're making an actual training mode where you can just do whatever, or you could set up like bots and stuff. They're doing bots for the first time, which I think is really fun for people who are more casual, or I think that could lead to some probably interesting like custom games or something. But all in all, yeah, I'll just say it got me pretty excited. It looked fun, and I'm hoping that it'll just be fresh enough that'll get people interested.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Men, there's nothing worse than ingrown hairs when you go to the skin, especially when it's the summer bod season. It's time to get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code GG. Like I said, I wish I had the Lawnmower 4.0 when I was first trimming my balls. It would have helped me a lot. Manscaped is launching their new 3-stepped product called the Ultra Smooth Package. What comes in the Ultra Smooth Package, you may ask? Well, it comes with a crop exfoliator infused with ingredients that help reduce the risk of ingrown hairs in your delicate places. Also comes with a crop gel with 4 essential oils, so it's like a spa treatment every time you shave. And lastly, it comes with the crop shaver, and it's not your average razor. It's smaller, thicker, with a microchrome bar that allows the best shave possible from any angle. So what are you waiting for? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles with Manscaped. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, that there's always a catch. That's why when Mint Mobile showed me that they only cost $15 a month, I always thought, what was the catch? Then Mint Mobile showed me that I could save $35 a month on my wireless bill just by switching to Mint Mobile. They showed me that all plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. If you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guaranteed. Switch to Mint Mobile to get premium wireless service just starting at $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan shipped to you for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG. Thank you, Mint Mobile, for sponsoring this podcast. And one more time, that's mintmobile.com/GG. It's just 2 letters.
The old kind of Halo that I loved and we loved is kind of like that kind of style of gaming is kind of never ever gonna come back because it can't. So like when I see like the deflections and stuff like that, part of me thinks it's kind of corny and like kind of weird, but then I get that like it has to kind of adapt with the times and stuff like that, which is why I say that it looks interesting. Like I'm gonna see how it actually plays in game before I think it looks cool or anything like that. I want to see how it kind of plays
Rob's been
first.
hurt too many times.
Yeah,
approaches everything with a little bit of it's okay.
But then I see like the jump is just a little less than Halo 3's jump was, and then like the sprint is just as fast as you walk in Halo 3 or something like that, or like it's a good kind of balance between the two. So like there are like really cool things, and then like what I really want to is like I'm almost like a casual now in Halo. I want like cool big team battles. I want that kind of stuff. I want
which
cool
they
customs.
showed off. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think they looked awesome. Like I think it looked really cool and kind of that kind of big team battle we've always kind of wanted with Halo, which is I think what I'm looking more forward to in Halo Infinite rather than like MLG 3v or 4v4 shit.
Yeah, I gotta give up on that dream. It ain't happening. I'm a boomer now.
Like, that's past.
Well, I think for me, what I have to do now is I just have to essentially imagine I've never played the Halo franchise before. Like, because if I go in with my preconceptions of what I want it to be or what it should be, I'm going to be disappointed. So I'll go in, and if it's a good game in its own right, then that's great. And I think, again, one of the best things it's got going for itself immediately is the fact that it's free to play, cross-platform, cross-play. I think that's a really strong start. No word of a BR, but again, I almost feel like it has to be inevitable. That's just another thing with just being with the times. That would definitely help your game. Yeah, I'm excited. The progression, the armors look sick. Like that Ronin.
Yeah, like I like the
samurai
battle
armor.
pass idea. I don't know if you talked about that. That the battle, you don't, once you buy the battle pass, like you have it forever, and then like when a new season comes out, you can choose to like put your XP towards like that season or like keep it on the previous season, which is pretty cool. So like you can,
so there's no FOMO.
So say like you join this game a year later into it, you can choose like, oh, I like that set of armor the best.
You could go back to the first battle pass, whatever, that when you weren't even playing.
Yeah. Which I get, like, from a collection standpoint, it's kind of like nothing has, like, ooh, that's kind of rare and stuff, but I rather have that kind of ability to get everything in a free-to-play, especially.
Well, I think, the difference between the amount of people who are like, ooh, I want it to be exclusive versus the people who are just like, I want things. The amount of people to just give armor to so that they don't feel like they're missing out on things is way more than the people who are like, I want to, this isn't like,
I should have
World
the
of Warcraft
recon
with
from
a mount.
season 1. Yeah, only I can have this recon visor color holographic thing,
It's different. I mean,
I get the exclusivity coolness behind it, but it's also cool that you can go and just get it back if you.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that, though. Like, hey, in season 1, though, if you played the ranked playlist and you got this, you get this visor color, maybe,
That would be cool. That would be sick. Like, that's what I'd do.
But all in all, I don't know. I'm hoping it lives up to expectations, and it kind of helps that we're in such a game slump that I'll be honest, I'm desperate. So
I hope it just doesn't die in the first like month and a half, like every other Halo has.
I don't think it will, especially because the good thing for us playing is PC. These console shooters that have always come usually die out quicker on PC, but having crossplay helps. So hopefully we won't even really notice. It will. Will
you play the campaign before you play multiplayer?
That's so tough. Probably not. I think I would let's say it comes out on Tuesday. I don't know when it'll come out. I would probably play multiplayer until the weekend and then maybe do like campaign on the weekend. But I think I'm more interested and would want to jump into, I think, multiplayer first.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something.
The campaign story was like Cortana's like deleted or something.
Yeah, he's getting budget Cortana. He's super desperate. He's like, another AI to put in my head? Yes, please. Get on in here. Like, no, Chief, don't.
Another waifu?
I'm so lonely. Please. Pudge. Yeah, I had one last thought on the multiplayer. Oh. I think the biggest thing though too is I want to see how they've made it native for mouse and keyboard. I really hope it plays solid on mouse and keyboard.
Oh, because Master Chief Collection is so bad on mouse and keyboard. Like it's so bad.
And so this is the first Halo game made for both. So I have faith that it is. Worst case,
that they put resources.
Yeah, worst case, I'll go back to a controller. But I'm at the point now where I'm just more comfortable on mouse and keyboard. So I'd like for it to work well on that. But yeah, that's about it. I'm cautiously optimistic. And again, I think that's partly too just because I'm desperate. But it did generally look nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else from E3 on that list?
Elden Ring, of course, finally got announced. There's some trailers and stuff.
Yeah. It looks fucking cool as shit. Yeah. But George R.R. Martin's never finishing Game of Thrones now. So
he's never going back to that.
I like the trailer for Elden Ring. It was like, look at this boss. It has 2 arms. Look at this boss. Now it has 4. Now it has 8. This one has like 16 arms. I just felt like they were just adding more and more arms to each boss. It was like, ah. But the Celtic mythology and stuff it's based off of. I don't know any of that stuff, so it'll be interesting to see and learn about. But it sounds cool. They've been working on it for a while, so I'm just interested to see how it'll pan out. And undoubtedly get incredibly frustrated at.
Yeah, it looks badass. I can't wait to quit halfway through.
Yeah, super stoked. The big Battlefield news, of course, Battlefield 2042 coming out this fall. Very exciting. It looks like they're going back to the roots. They're literally, their whole trailer, the cinematic trailer was literally just like, look at Battlefield moments. And this is what we're going for in the game, which I think is what most people are hoping for. And then I loved all the people complaining, that's not realistic. You can't jump out of a jet and rocket. And then people literally linked to the Battlefield 4 video where it was based off of.
Yeah, they literally put that in there because of that.
We're not playing, they've realized it doesn't need to be a mil sim. Go into those big epic moments, have fun with it. And it looks pretty cool. There's going to be, the big things are there's no campaign. It's interesting. It's only,
I'm for that, dude.
Those games for that.
Games like that don't need a fucking campaign.
It has been Battlefield Bad Company 2 is the last Battlefield campaign I cared about. That was so long ago. Oh my god.
I mean, more companies are doing this, and as a multiplayer person, I'm like, that's fine. It's just, I feel for those people who look more for exclusive campaign things where there are people who probably, I really like Battlefield campaigns, and I was looking for a new one. I understand it. And it would be a shame if, in the future, there's no more campaign games, right? They're few and far between, because there are just a lot of gamers that like that. But for me, I'm like, multiplayer only, sick. That just means more resources, and that's what you guys are focusing on. Cool. Gonna be a whole bunch of different modes. There's giant maps. They showed off some. Well, the problem was I got an early showing, and I never fully paid attention to what they revealed and what they didn't. So I don't know.
What you can and can't talk about.
Yeah, I don't know if everything I saw was talked about. So I'll be very vague. Showed some maps compared to old maps. And I mean, some of these are just Jehovah. And I'm really excited for 64v64. That'll be a cluster. Yeah, they showed me things about beta things. I don't know if there was much talk about that. Or about game modes. Because a certain game mode, I have to be careful here. Yeah, I'm just not going to say anything.
Just don't even.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. So yeah, Battlefield looks cool though. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks like the last Battlefield I really put time into was Battlefield 4, and it kind of looks like that.
That's the last one That was so long ago though.
It is. It was 2013 or 20.
I was in college. That's how I know. It was a long time ago.
It was weird. But that came out. I'm excited for freaking Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake.
Yeah. Okay. What? Why? Why is that super hyped?
Because I love those games, and I was always sad they stopped making them. Granted, I don't like the art style as much. I always preferred the pixel art style. They're going with that, they're essentially doing what the Diamond and Pearl remake is doing, which is fine. But I just loved Advance Wars, so I'll be happy to just play through the first two again. And I think they said there'll be multiplayer and custom maps, whatever, which is cool.
Why do you like? What is it? It's like a war game.
Oh, it's your favorite. It's turn based.
Turn based real time strategy.
It's like Final Fantasy Tactics. You know that?
No.
Have you seen any videos of the thing I've been playing recently called The Last Spell?
Yeah, I watch your playthrough all the time, dude.
Okay.
You know me.
Yeah. So essentially, it's I'm trying to think of a game you would know. It's like a big Fire Emblem. You know Fire Emblem?
No Fire Emblem.
Okay. XCOM.
I mean, I'm familiar with XCOM. Yes, that you tell this guy to move to this certain spot.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Or like Mario Rabbids.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah.
That's cool, I guess.
I know it's your favorite.
What makes it so fun? What?
I just love it. I don't know.
You just but you simulate a war. Like, what is the objective? Like to.
Well, it's usually like a campaign. Each level's different, but like you choose a faction, and your faction has certain perks and bonuses, and then it's like kind of rock paper scissors. Certain units are good against others, and certain units are bad. You have to like.
This came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They're old, but then they made a DS one I really liked, but I think that was like the last one. I don't know, like late 2000s. I think was their last one. Sad. So hopefully they'll make more. Because like recently there was an indie game war group that came out that was supposed to be like for Advanced Wars fans, and it was good. It just I don't know, just didn't hit the same. So we'll see.
December 3rd.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy game. I mean, I didn't pay much attention to it, but I guess there's like a whole bunch of.
It was a game.
I think the Marvel games are trash. Like they look so bad.
I think they overestimated the crossover appeal of the Marvel hype from MCU into games.
Like
to be honest.
I don't think people I think when people saw Marvel games, they're like, holy shit, they're gonna put all the effort they do into the movies into a video game. When in reality, it's the complete opposite. It's like Assassin's Creed and then the Assassin's Creed movie. Just flip them the other way around. I think that's what it's like. They look pretty bad.
They pump budget into it, but like, they're just like.
Well, I think
I love Marvel.
Oh, we
don't care for the games.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in playing
that new trailer that came out. I think it was yesterday.
Shang-Li, the 10 Rings, whatever.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah. The thing about the Marvel games, where I think maybe you could get some more interest to, is if you use the likelihood or the likeness of the stars. Because some people are like, oh, I get to play Captain America. No, hey, this isn't Captain America. Well, Captain America was first, and like Chris Evans isn't Captain America, but right now you say Captain America and you picture Chris Evans. So I think it was always weird, and the Avengers and this one too. Everybody's like, because I remember that being a big thing. Everyone's like, that's not Chris Pratt. I'm like, well, he's not Star-Lord. Star-Lord was long a thing before. It's just I think right now they're so synonymous that might hurt some of that crossbreed. But I think you do have some diehard fans that'll play it anyway. But yeah, they just don't seem to be doing anything interesting enough to like blow me away. Like for me, the fact that it's a Marvel game isn't enough for me.
Yeah.
To like, oh
yeah. Like that. The name is not enough for me to play the game.
Yeah. And I think like you said, they put
effort.
more weight into that. Yeah.
They threw way too much into a franchise that has not shown that has like crossover appeal in the video game market.
And to be fair though, let's say Avengers came out and was amazing, we could be having a completely different conversation. Because then maybe they would have won people over, and the appeal would be like.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably still wouldn't have played that game if it got great reviews.
Really, I probably would have.
I would have tried it.
Don't have.
Well, for me, it was like, ooh, a looter shooter. I don't know, I like looter shooters, superheroes. Why not? But then I was like, oh,
is that what it's trying to be? A looter shooter?
Well, that was the problem.
For me, it's like,
yeah.
For me, it's like with movies, right? The reason I love Marvel is because we don't have, now we have tons of superhero movies, right? And so when Marvel came out, I was like, oh, we're finally getting like good superhero movies. And it's like, now we have the MCU, and it's like, dude, I have this whole universe of superhero movies. I am on board. Whereas like in video games, like you're always a superhero. You're always doing cool, crazy shit. So for me, I'm just less, and you're doing crazier shit than movies, right?
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
For me, it's like playing these characters that I watch in movies. It's like, well, I mean, why am I doing that when I could do crazier, cooler stuff in other games already? Like, if anything, Marvel in a game form is more grounded than what we do in games, right? So that's where I'm coming from on why I wouldn't be interested, even if the Marvel games turned out good.
It's a good take.
Because my power fantasy is already there. Whereas in movies, I don't get that fantasy. You know, Marvel's it.
Good take. Play.
Speaking of Marvel, have you guys watched the Loki series?
Yes.
Yes. It's so good.
Dope. Yeah, it's dope.
That's
all I'll say because it's like middle of the season.
Yeah. Might be too spoilery. But yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I have some theories. But yeah, it's really solid. I like Tom Hiddleston.
Me too.
Everyone loves Tom Hiddleston.
I do want to talk about Starfield or whatever the fudge. Bethesda's new
Which
giant.
one is that?
That's Bethesda's
right.
new IP. That's supposed they've been working on forever. They're gonna blow people away. It's like Skyrim in space or whatever.
Can't wait for it to be a buggy mess on release.
Well, so they're like, we're finally revealing something. I'm like, oh my god, Xbox press conference starts with it. I'm like, oh shoot, let's see what we got. That
He
trailer
just gets
was.
in a ship.
I was like, that's it. Not even a release date. Nothing. Just an incredibly vague cinematic. And that was how they started the press conference.
They talked about Skyrim more than.
Yeah, and they're like, we finally revealed Starfield. I'm like, did you? Because I didn't. There was a ship on a rock, and then they're in the ship, and then it like takes off.
Yeah, just give me
And
Elder Scrolls 6.
that was it.
Quit fucking around. Okay.
Well, we're years away from that, I'm telling you.
I know.
Because they said they're not gonna full development that until they're done with Starfield. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. Blue and I have begun recording our Soul Link, our Pokemon randomized Nuzlocke.
Should be coming out tomorrow. For you
Tomorrow.
people watching this GG
Yeah.
Easy.
So if you're like, oh, that sounds interesting, head on over to More Mr. Fruit.
Mr. Fruit. Yeah, you like that.
You'll get that whole Let's Play. And if
I heard
you
I
don't
make
know,
an appearance.
you do.
You do make an appearance.
You're our rival. It's canon.
That's cool.
For those that don't know what that is,
I thought he was your rival though. Like I thought like you play against him.
No, so the Soul Link is pretty much the exact opposite. We're working together. So the rules of a Soul Link, it's a Nuzlocke. Normal rules of a Nuzlocke. You can only catch the first Pokemon you find on a route. If you miss that encounter, you don't get the capture, whatever, that's it. If a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead. You either release it or put it in like a graveyard PC box. You nickname all your Pokemon, and that's the gist of a Nuzlocke. But a Soul Link, we add randomization, of course. Everything's randomized. Starters, Pokemon, trainers, Pokemon. And a Soul Link, Blue and I are playing the game at the same time, separately. I'm playing Pearl, he's playing Diamond. And both of our screens are there. You can watch us going through it. But what happens is all of our Pokemon are paired together. They're soul linked. So if we go to a new route 2, let's say, and I encounter a Charmander and Blue encounters a Kyogre, whatever, we both catch them. That's now a pair. So now my Charmander is linked to his Kyogre. So if Blue is like, I don't want to use Kyogre, I'm going to put him in the box. I have to put my Charmander in the box. If my Charmander dies, Blue's Kyogre dies. So on and so forth. So they're like attached to the hip. And then there's some extra things about that. So in the first few episodes, we're recording we're a few in. The initial rule was we can't have any primary typing repeat on our own teams. So if I got a pairing with an electric type and he got whatever, and then I got another pairing with an electric type and he got whatever, I can only have one of those pairs on my team, regardless of whatever Pokemon he has, vice versa. But I let Blue know next time recording, I'm making it a little bit harder because why not? Because originally there's always like different rules people use, and I took like a medium ground. I was like, oh, we'll just try this. Well, I'm making it so that you can't have any primary types repeated at all between all of our teams, and no pairs can be the same type. Which currently for Blue and I, we're gonna have to figure something out because we don't check all those boxes anymore. But it makes it way more interesting because not only that, it makes it so like you almost never even have a full team of 6 Pokemon because you just can't, like, because of the rules. So it makes it really interesting. And it's just really interesting because not only am I panicking about what I'm doing, I have to pay attention, like, for Blue. Oh, wait, Blue's about to lose so-and-so? Wait, that means I'm going to lose so-and-so. And so on and so forth. So, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Nuzlocke's in general are just a lot of fun. It's fun playing with Blue. So
It is pretty tight. I have been enjoying myself a lot.
look out
And
for
then
that.
I got sick, so
Yeah, sad.
It has been a slight halt, so
Blue sicko.
we're going right back in, baby.
We're going back, baby.
So look out for that. Aside from that, Rob
You want to
mentioned
move on to questions?
Rob mentioned Windows 11. Do you have anything to?
Oh, I mean, fuck Windows 11. I can't wait for that to ruin my computers.
I was gonna say it's 10 isn't even stable, man. Why am I gonna?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, can I stay on? Do I have to go to 11? Like, do I
No,
have
I don't
to?
think so.
Oh, okay, then I'm staying on 10.
And can we talk about their numbering system? It makes no sense. Like we
What do you
had
mean?
7, then we went to Vista, then we went to 8, but then we went to 10, and now we're at 11, and it started with 64.
Where does XP fit in that?
XP was right before 7.
Okay.
It was like Windows 64 or something, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 8. Was there a Windows 9? I don't even know. Windows 10.
You remember what your first
Windows
Windows
11?
was when you got
XP.
your computer?
Oh, when I got my computer, it was Vista or 7. I don't know. It was one of those. But I remember I had to change it because I hated whatever it was on. I think I was on Vista, and I was like, this is butts.
Yeah, Danielle was in that commercial.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Danielle is the face of Windows 11.
She now owns half of Microsoft.
Yeah, good for
Crazy.
her.
Well, the
Good
back
for
of
her
her
and
head
Dana.
is the face of Windows 11.
Ironically, the
I was like,
back of her face.
what?
Whoa.
Like, I was
We have
legit like, what?
We have a ton of questions, and we've already been going for nearly 2
All right,
hours.
let's
so.
fireball and let's go.
Rapid fire.
Okay. I have to find the line break. Okay, so this is on the 9th, right? So we didn't do one on the. Okay, yeah. So this is current. Z Dog says, if you ever had a kid and your kid wanted to play against you in a game, which game are you gonna wreck them in?
Any.
Yeah, any. Like checkers, tic tac toe. It doesn't fucking matter. Like I'm.
But
Oh
to,
yeah,
wiping the
literally
floor.
any game. I'm gonna be the most competitive
Yeah,
father.
I'm wiping
ever.
the floor with that scrub.
They will always lose. They have to learn what it's like to lose before they can win.
to completely
And they are
humiliate
gonna
them,
lose.
1v1 me on Guardian Halo 3. They'll know pain.
I guess like CS because they'll just be Papega, and I will have at least a decent understanding of how to play. So CS.
But see,
I just
like
bring them into
in
Smash just to ruin their dreams.
that's true. In CS, they have a small likelihood of getting a kill because they
It's
could
true.
spray and action it. But like in Halo, they're not gonna randomly 4-shot me. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking them to Pound Town.
Riles asks, have y'all watched Fire Force? I love the power system they have and the unique flame abilities, and the sound design is superb. The only thing I know about Fire Force is the season 1 intro.
Is a banger. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so good. Season 2, I have not watched. Season 1, I have. The sound design is immaculate, fantastic. Animation is great. Whole story, I really like it. I need to just. It's been a while since season 1, so it's one of those things where like I'm daunted to get into season 2 because I totally forgot most of what happened. So I just need like a little recap, but I really like it.
Blue?
I have not watched it.
Neither have I. Sloths asks, do you have any advice when it comes to moving out of your parents, moving in with roommates you don't know? I'm leaving my parents' house to go to Ireland, and it's the first time truly living alone. Also sending all my love to you guys. Thanks for being you. I don't know. Roommates,
Well, I
I
feel
don't know, man. Roommate, it's better to do roommates random. Like you don't want to like have your
Yeah, just
friends be
do
your
it, man.
roommates.
Like, just jump in, because like even just being with roommates is 10 times better than living with your parents. Trust.
Yeah, for sure.
well,
But like they also like they're also tough. Some of them at least.
it sounds like he's tackling two different problems though, because I don't know where he's coming from, but it sounds like he's going abroad to live, right? Because he specifically said Ireland or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I can't put
Yeah.
much because that's completely different. Like you're going to be handling the roommate thing, but then at the same time, you're going to be living alone in a completely different country. And I've never done that. So you'll have to work through that on your own. But as far as roommates, I don't know, put some early house rules, feel them out, see how you live by yourself and then see how they live. Just don't let yourself get walked over.
Clean
But
people. Pick
Yeah.
clean people. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Pick some people.
That's
Pick
very
clean
important.
people.
because they'll make you
That's all I
clean
can
if
give
you're
you.
not clean.
yep, been there.
Magie or Bea, I don't know how to say it.
Was she
I
be
always fuck it. But it should be it'll be the question is pretty much for Blue. What is your favorite Final Fantasy 14 dungeon theme music, and why is it the twinning? Lol, I can never run that one without having a jam session.
Yeah, it's the twinning. What a surprise! It's the twinning. Yeah, twinning is like one of the best songs in the history of mankind. Arguably the best song in the history of mankind. This is undisputable. If it wasn't the twinning, it would be not Snowcloak. The burn. The burn has a hot dungeon OST. So
Is it Final Fantasy OST the twinning theme? Parentheses
Yes.
A Long Fall. That one.
Yes, that thing.
All right, I'll listen to that later.
No, that thing doesn't bang. That thing fucks.
I'll listen to that after this.
But yeah, that slaps. It's the twinning.
Mine would be too. Flaming Taco Fury says, if you could be any fantasy creature, what would it be?
I want to be a. Well, that's not a fantasy creature. That's IRL creature.
Be a dragon.
I would say a tortoise. Yeah, dragons kind of seem like.
I'll be basic.
I would be a Japanese dragon. I wouldn't be a Western
hippogriff
dragon.
would be kind of cool.
Ooh,
like I think hippogriffs are kind of cool, like a griffin kind of thing.
I'm dragon.
But see, I feel like there's a right answer to this. You know, like I feel there's like one Cthulhu, I guess. You know, like that'd be kind of a cool mythical creature to be.
Well, there's probably like some mythical creature that can be whatever it wants, or but I just want to be dragon. Roar.
Yeah.
Mommy Yataru asks, if you invest and, for example, have all CSGO skins, but you are going to hold till the end of the bubble burst or without any goal set to value to sell, technically speaking, it generates no value to your assets. Yeah, very true. Question is, you or Fruit set a goal to sell your stocks and skins. I am genuinely concerned about your investment plans and a way in, but no way out. Digital skins are much more risk compared to stocks. Also, Fruit, have you tried a Fate series in sequence? I have provided to Arnav. Well, I mean, the funny thing is I got a $13,000 cash offer for my whole inventory from a reputable, valuable YouTuber by the name of Anomaly. So I'm really not worried about cashing out. And yeah, it is a very scary market, but like thankfully because like I'm a content creator and have a lot of followers and stuff, I have a lot of rep. And like people know I can't just like scam them and then like continue with my streaming career kind of thing or content creator kind of thing. So like people know, people know I'm not gonna scam them for a $600 skin. You know what I mean? Like, and like
Twitter would be like, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, like that's it. Like that'd be so stupid. And like that shit's not worth it because it's just like skins at the end of the day.
My middle name.
But like
is
I only go through like, yeah, and like he just means it's volatile too.
No, that's not my middle name is volatile. I don't know.
Oh,
these stocks are volatile. That's all I know, baby.
Yeah, also, I mean, yeah, and especially like CS skins too. Like, but I mean, I got a $13,000 cash offer for my inventory the other day, so I'm okay.
The Fate series, no, I haven't caught up on anything really. All I've done is watch like 3 episodes of Hunter x Hunter because I guess I'll eventually get through that next. I just haven't watched much recently. As for my stocks, I'm not worried about it because you think I don't have an exit strategy, but I've already exited with my initial investment and double. So whatever happens with the rest of it, I'm just riding. That's what I'm playing with house money. I've already made my money back and then some. I've already exited technically, so that's why we just riding it, baby.
Yeah, this is why I don't invest in stocks.
I mean, I technically don't either, but I've invested in something that's way more volatile and way more scary and way easier to get scammed out of money. Oko asks, been a while.
Oko!
Well, if you could re-experience something for the first time, what would it be?
Yeah, Oko, you're probably gonna want to watch the Soul Link.
I would wanna re-experience the first time Oko's asked a Final Fantasy question.
I'd probably say like, I don't know, like
you versus the guy she said tells you not to worry about. It's Oko.
So, re-experience for the first time again. I don't know, like, I don't know. I guess like not being muted to like the views. Like, I remember when our first video like we did got like 100,000 views, and I was like, oh my god, like, kind of like that, and like now, like when Among Us was getting like 1 million and stuff. Sure, that was like, but it was just like, yeah, that's sick. Like it's almost like it kind of
Sad.
just becomes like another thing. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, it's like there's been studies about like income, for instance, like the amount of happiness derived after someone gets like an average income of like $75,000 or something. The more you make, the little of a difference it does. Like there's almost no difference between happiness you derive after you make that much money or something. It's kind of like numbers. Like humans just inherently are really bad with big numbers. So yeah, once you get
I guess like
desensitized.
that. I wish I could experience getting high views on a video, like when you got that 10,000 views, kind of having that kind of mentality or that kind of thing about it every time I saw it.
Wish I could experience getting $75,000. That'd be tight.
I don't know what I would re-experience. Probably a lot of things.
Well, I'll go real quick and say I don't think I would re-experience anything.
Oh,
Because
I
I feel like
see.
if I re-experience things, then it would cheapen them.
I agree.
Re-experience eating guacamole for the first time.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
That was magical. I was really sitting there. It was college. I was like, I've got my whole life without eating this.
What
Yeah,
else?
and
have I
that was
not done?
fairly recent, by the way.
I
Like,
know,
this
that's
wasn't
why.
like this was only a couple years ago he ate guac for the first time.
I
Like,
know. It
he
was
waited till his 20s to do this.
that big of a deal.
It was a
Perfectly
huge
salted.
deal. I remember you being like, I just don't like guac, and I was like, have you ever had it? And you were like, no, that's why I don't like it. And then he has it, and he's just like, yo,
Yeah, because it's like puke green.
what's wrong with me?
But then boom.
Mark Rissay asks, if you had to choose between A, attending the top university in a specific field for certification, but going into more debt than your life savings, or B, attending a high tier but not top tier university and barely spending any money for the same certification, what do you do?
What? Why would it? The second one?
Yeah, option B. I mean, like, sure, it's not like ooh the Harvard, but if it's still like a university, you know,
No, but,
all that piece of paper shows is you can make deadlines. That's all a
Yeah.
university degree shows, is that you can make deadlines and you can crunch. That's all that shows, in my opinion.
Well, it depends on the school and the like trade schools and stuff.
Sure.
They might be more, focused on knowledge or like practical knowledge and that kind of stuff. But
Sure.
if you still say it's a high reputable college, where it's like it's not the difference of like a community college versus Harvard, which I still don't think there's a big problem with community colleges, but the difference, the amount of opportunities afforded to you from the second degree versus the first one, I think would be so small and most certainly not financially worth it, that if you're able to practically be debt free after you get a degree, you win.
Yeah, like if you come out of college with like less debt, the like no debt is just a win. Like just keeping it less than 50,000, like that's crazy.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
just I 100% agree. I say this because, yeah, like the quality of your education matters, but the quality of your education often 90% comes down to how much you apply yourself to your education. So,
Facts.
like, I went to basically a near trade school for my degree, and the people who were coming out of like straight up graphic design universities, like almost all of them were like they paid way more than me, and they came out looking like dog water doo doo design. Because I was looking at resumes on like Behance and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
And I didn't even go to that expensive of a school because I got half ride, right? So half of my tuition was paid for.
Let's go.
So I think people underestimate how much debt, especially student debt, fucks your life up. So I would absolutely go to a less expensive college that is still high tier, because how much you apply yourself is how good your education is going to be, versus going to a more reputable school where I get even more debt, because let me tell you, student debt is the worst thing in my entire life. I'm going to die with student debt.
And then they'll pass it on to your
Great.
kids because that's how it works. You ain't getting away from it.
Chewbacca asks, will the Dream Team give Roblox games a chance? There's a lot of different types of games, and most all of them are free.
I would.
No.
I mean, maybe. It
Like,
never
if Christian
occurred
says
to me.
let's- If he said let's play Roblox, I'd say word. Can I stream it? Like that would be.
It's never occurred to me. You know, I feel like we said it before, and I just immediately forgot.
Yeah. How do? Yeah. I'm gonna put it on my gaming PC right now.
Yeah. Well, I have nothing inherently against it. Like I don't
Is
even
it on
understand
Steam?
Roblox. I don't know what Roblox is. I don't think so. I think it's its own thing, like Minecraft.
Like its own kind of launcher.
They can get more of that cash.
Well, you got us, Chewbacca. We will play. I'm downloading it today.
Oof.
Mr. Slippy Fist asks a DBZ question. Who you giving the Big Bang Attack to? Bulma, Chi-Chi, Videl,
Oh
or
my
Ace?
god.
Additional question of how was the food at Fruit's wedding? Congrats, Fruit.
Okay,
I mean,
who
I'm
Thought
you
this
in
was
a
gonna be
relationship,
serious.
I will answer Bulma.
What was it?
I mean, I
Bulma,
answered it.
Videl, or Chi-Chi?
Dude, Bulma
Or
Bulma
18.
purely because Bulma is rich.
Bulma was like the first waifu I ever remember having. You know,
yeah,
like
Bulma was like the original waifu, and then Bulma's also a super genius who has infinite money. So like like
mhm.
Probably
Yeah,
Chi-Chi.
Bulma and Shigo are queens.
Chi-Chi.
woo,
Because
Shigo.
if she
My
can keep
goodness.
up,
Yeah, you can't go.
if Chi-Chi
What a
can keep up with
baddie.
Goku, she's got to be a freak. You know.
You ready for that farm
And
life,
very
brother?
supportive.
She's
'Cause
nice
that's
and
the farm-
wholesome.
Omega-
farm life.
Omega the Hacker asks for Blue. Is Final Fantasy 14 crossplay, cross save, and for somebody that likes to play as a tank / bruiser, what would you recommend?
So Final Fantasy 14 is all crossplay. It doesn't matter where you play it. It's all going to be on Final Fantasy. It's an MMO, so it's all on the same servers no matter where you play. If you are a tank bruiser, there are 4 jobs you can pick from. But if you're a bruiser, you'll probably like something like warrior or gunbreaker more. They're a little more unga boonga, beat the shit out of things. Gunbreaker is a little more complex than warrior, but warrior is probably the most brain dead class in the game where you just unga boonga beat the shit out of things. Dark Knight you might like. Dark Knight's edgy, requires a little more resource management than the others. And Paladin might not be your thing, but Paladin's the white knight of all the tanks. So 4 tanks, they're all great. If you like bruisers, there's a lot of melee, but there's not really like a melee that is like a bruiser. Maybe monk, which is just fists. You just fist people. But all the other melees are like weapon based. So you got like you got dragoon with a lance, you got samurai with a samurai sword, and then you got and then you got ninja who has the dual daggers. So you have a lot of melee options, buddy. I believe in you. Tanking is great in this game. Tanking is my favorite role. I'm a gunbreaker main until I die. So
Next question is from Johnny Krumer. Says, if you could steal any professional athlete's talent, who would you want to take? Talent. That's a good question.
talent.
I
don't
wanna
have
be-
any, so anyone's.
If I could be a professional athlete in any sport, this is gonna sound pretty crazy. It'd be golf. So whoever the number 1 golfer is at the moment right now, that I can think off the top of my head. I guess talent. I guess I take Tiger's talent and because now I'm 26 with Tiger's talent, I'm gonna go win everything. So I guess Tiger Woods. But is Tiger? I hope Tiger Woods is still Tiger Woods. You know what I mean?
Nah, screw Tiger. He loses it all.
Because then I'll just take it from Bryson DeChambeau, who's a douche.
I'm gonna take it from Brady.
I mean, all right, I'm a Brady stan, but how much Aaron Rodgers has more talent than Tom Brady? You know what I mean?
Oh, man's able to just win a whole bunch. So I'm just gonna take his.
Yeah, but I don't think that's talent.
I think his
you know what I mean?
talent.
I think that's different.
I think his talent is the ability to win championships. So
Okay, sure, fair.
So I'll just take that.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah, I'll just take that into the most lucrative sport I can and win. Easy.
What about you, Blue?
Anyone's more talented than me, so if I get anyone's, then yoink.
Tolly asks, what house decor style do you prefer, i.e. rustic, modern, etc.? I don't know, just house. Whatever house is.
House.
No, I like super modern. Like I like the look of like a big like window wall, like things like that, like big cement cylinder. I like that kind of look. Like you know that house in Parasite?
Yeah.
But that's what the movie's called, right?
Yeah.
The one I'm thinking of.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that style. I love that style.
My only
I
problem
would
with
say
some of
that's
the
more
super
modern.
modern is they can just feel really
Yeah, I do
cold.
love that.
I want my house
Oh,
to
that's
feel
what I
warm.
want though. I just want a cold, lifeless house that would just always look sanitized.
That's so
that's where I
depressing
want to
to me.
live. I love that.
So you're with me, Blue? Kind of like a empty
Dude, like the
kind of
Parasite house. I want like a
yeah.
modern, but like with some wood touch. Like the Parasite house is it. Like that's
Wood
it.
touch.
It's
Well,
so
yeah,
That's like
see-
so
like when I
blocky.
think of that house, that's exactly what I think.
Parasite
Like
had
in my
a lot
brain,
of stuff. Yeah.
like if you saw my room is very, very blocky, very white squares. You know, I got a little blue going on with the paint, but otherwise
Roomobile.
it is very like besides my computer, everything is super minimal. So like
My computer
it's
is
just
bougie.
appealing to my brain. I just want to keep things. My brain needs simple shapes. If I'm gonna live somewhere, I need as little sensory overload as possible.
Yeah.
Besides my computer.
That's where I get it all.
Shoe Pack asks, I know it's been asked before, but there's a twist to it. If you could sacrifice one game to bring back another game with the amount of production that the game you had sacrificed had, what game would you bring back? He says, for example, I would sacrifice Overwatch to bring back Gigantic. P.S. I love this podcast. It really helps me get through my workday with a smile on my face. Heart.
Sad.
I don't know, like I'd almost like take a game I fucking hate, like Fortnite, and put it into like Halo or something like that. But like I feel like that is unfair. And like a game that I like, I don't know. I would like to see. I would sacrifice Destiny 2 and have it all put into CS:GO. There's my answer.
Have the
And ruin CS:GO and just ruin it. You're ruining it.
I would sacrifice League for Pokemon.
Oh, have you played the new League Pokemon thing? I saw ad playing it today. Pokemon Unite or whatever it is.
Well, I'm saying not even like Pokemon Unite, but I'm thinking take the manpower, polish, company, all that stuff into making like what I would have liked to see Sword and Shield. Just a Pokemon game.
Oh, so you're saying Riot makes like a Pokemon game, not like okay, not that Riot makes a MOBA. That's Pokemon.
No, although I'll take it. Yeah, I want to play Unite, but it's only like the beta is only in Japan right now. That's why he flew to Japan to.
Oh, his VTuber is in Japan. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
What about you, Blue?
I don't know.
All right, so Pen.
I don't know. That's too hard of a question. I could go on for days. I have to skip on this one.
I'd probably get rid of Final Fantasy 14 for Battleborn.
Please, bro, stop. I was gonna say something Paragon, but like we're actually getting Paragon back, so like
yeah, it worked.
Penguins asks, can you pick a game and give it a new? Wait, can you pick any game and give it a new game in its series, whether it's a sequel, prequel, or spinoff? What would you make? Like a game that I think deserves a sequel, that like or a prequel that it never got. I'm thinking it's really hard right now. Jak and Daxter, maybe? Like a really good Jak and Daxter. Or the what's the gecko from N64? What's his name? Gex or something like that?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to see him revived.
That would be sick. That'd be sick.
Right? Like, let me look at N64 Gecko game.
I don't know, man. This is a loaded question.
Yeah, Gex.
I hate
Enter the
questions.
Gecko. That game was cool.
I don't know. The question made me upset. I have to pee. It's too open ended. I can't.
Can you think of one, Blue, or am I gonna?
Hold on. I guess these.
Oh, and muted. Sneezed.
Oh my god, sorry. What do we? No, that's not. That wouldn't work. Hmm.
All right,
When are
we'll
we
just move on.
getting? Sorry, hold on. When are we getting remakes of You remember that dolphin game? Oh my god.
Echo.
Echo the Dolphin, dude.
Yeah, Echo the
Where's
Dolphin.
revival of that?
Echo the Dolphin. Yeah, ECCO Echo. 1992 was the first release. I don't know, like the last Echo game. I could not tell you. I guess Echo the Dolphin Defender in 2000. That came out on the Dreamcast.
Dude, Echo the effing Dolphin, dude.
What
That
was
would be
that game
tight.
about? Like you
That
just saw a
game
dolphin?
fucked my childhood up in the best way possible. That game started as something like, oh, like cool, like it's a funny dolphin game. And then it quickly went into, you are fighting aliens that are now threatening to destroy the entire planet, and also they are all skeletons, and also you are going to die, and also this is some Lovecraftian horror type game. It was
I'll have to
awesome.
watch it. Chewbacca asks, "Are you planning to do a fruit summit this summer?" No, but we are looking into the fall. Is what Mr. Fruit was saying and what we were talking about a lot at the wedding. Is that I would assume you see a fruit summit in the fall, and he could probably like confirm nor deny that. The question was, Mr. Fruit, do we think about a fruit summit happening this year?
I would
And I
like it
said,
to.
like right now it's tentatively or whatever that word is.
Yeah. Ideally, but logistically, we'll see if we can make it happen.
Lizard Milk asks, what's a topic you know most people don't care about, but you could talk /rant/gush about? CS:GO skins. Easy.
Find my Final Fantasy Gunbreaker rotation and optimization from 8 through 12 during this tier. How my opener changes depending on my kill time. I recently had theory crafting on the Epic Alexander and how I get 2 blasting zones during Fate Calibration B. Just stuff like that.
Normal
That's
things.
how normal things.
Uh,
Come on.
like,
Pokemon?
Pokemon. I
Your
guess
Pokemon lore?
working out.
You could rant about football. You could
you
talk about football a lot.
some football. I guess. Back end of YouTube stuff. Yeah. Food.
Dado's left ballsack asks, how do you guys feel about Twitch and its bans?
My favorite one.
Honestly, just want to hear you guys' opinions on it since you guys stream there more frequently than others. I'm looking at Blue. Have you ever had issues in the past with Twitch in the past? I mean, I didn't really have an issue with the hot tub thing just because like whatever. The ASMR thing I think is a little bit ridiculous. Like that is kind of just stupid. I don't think like Twitch is the platform for that. Hot tub streaming, sure, whatever. I guess that doesn't break the line, but I think ASMR and that is just I don't know what that is. But I mean like whatever. I'm such a small fish in a big pond. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Like what is my opinion gonna do?
Yeah. I think they need to draw a line on what kind of streaming platform they want to be.
Agreed, yeah.
I know a lot of people are saying like, like what's wrong with like sex work and like people getting the bag, and I'm like, I'm all for that, right? But like Twitch
Not the platform.
advertises out. Twitch does not advertise itself as an all-encompassing streaming platform. Twitch encompasses itself as a community building gaming platform. So and when you allow stuff like softcore porn on your things, I personally think it's really unfair to people who don't do that, right? Because then you start setting expectations for streamers on the platform, like, oh, why don't you pretend you're deep throating a mic on the platform? So I think it's unfair to everyone else who doesn't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
It does a lot of damage too to like the actual ASMR streamers that like actually
yeah,
truly
and
do
like,
stream like that too.
and there just needs to be a fine line between, which there's always been fine lines in any media entertainment, right? Between erotic and just normal streaming, like even in movies, right? Like obviously there's a rated X thing, right? Like people aren't gonna go, people don't hop into their local embassy Santikos, to go see the rated X movie of the day, right? They go to see, hey, what's some good blockbusters, what's some good movies to watch. So yeah, there needs to be. I'm happy for people getting the bag that way, but there's a lot of there's plenty of sites that cater specifically to that for that bag. So Twitch has to draw their own line. They can't be so ambiguous with what kind of streaming platform they are. You got a multi-billion-dollar corporation behind you. You can do it.
Yeah, not much else to say.
Yeah. Ricardo the Heart asks, if aliens visited the Earth and asked you guys for the greatest knowledge you have to offer, what would you say?
Wait, what? Hold on. Whoa.
Like if aliens visited and you had to give them the greatest knowledge you have to offer, what would you say?
I'd say.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Wait, I have to give them the knowledge?
Yeah,
E
like
equals
knowledge
MC
that you
squared.
acquire, I
Done.
guess.
I prefer pee pee poo poo to poo poo pee pee.
Oh, that's a good one.
Whoa.
That's a
What
good
the-
one. That's
So,
really good.
so does our kind.
Write that down. Write that down. Like we just solved it.
What did you say, Blue?
No, that's it. Poo poo
Oh,
pee
okay.
poo poo.
All right. Little Johnny Boy asks, what game / update are you most excited from E3 this year? I think we kind of already answered that. Crystal Angelo asks, this question is mainly for Rob since he's the basketball nut. Hey, don't sleep on Blue. Which team are you wanting to see in the NBA Finals in a couple of weeks? Who do you want to win? Anybody but the Suns. Now that the Jazz are out, anybody but the Suns.
Yeah, I'd rather see.
I'll be fucking.
I'd like to see the Moons, personally.
I'll be fucking damned if the Suns, the first time they're even playoff relevant, get to just walk through the most open the West has ever been ever, while the Nuggets struggle every year we make the playoffs and we always just lose to some giant juggernaut. And the one year that the Denver Nuggets can go, our star point guard gets hurt. Feels bad. So I don't know. I would like to see like the Hawks and the Clippers, but I doubt that happens. It'll probably be Suns Bucks.
Let's go Moons.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be. Yeah, I agree. It's probably gonna be Suns Bucks.
The Hawks have been balling though. Like the Hawks have been sick.
I'm a Kawhi Leonard stan through and through, even though he dipped on San Antonio. But like, that's why I want the Clippers, man. I want the Clippers to make it, but they're just not looking hot, man.
Well, and like Kawhi got hurt too, so like
yeah, so it's
and they're so weird about it. They're like he sprained his ACL. Like they said he had an ACL injury, and like I've only ever heard of one ACL injury. So you know what I mean? Like
yeah, and it's not good. So it's like
there's being
everything's
coy.
so up in the air. So yeah, I'm pretty resident snoozler NBA Finals for me, to be honest.
Fire Rasengan asks, since I'm eating pizza right now, what are your favorite toppings to get on a pizza?
I think I've answered this like 80 million times. Pepperoni, sausage,
jalapeno, and pepperoni.
And
my favorite is chicken and spinach.
I've actually been dipping into the pesto.
Trust the chicken and spinach, dude. You haven't had it, but yeah, if you get a good chicken and spinach and also a margarita
just give me
pizza,
the chicken.
Oof.
Yeah. Hey, don't sleep on pesto pizza as well. I'm kind of.
Do you not like margarita pizza, Mr. Fruit?
I do. Margarita pizza's great. Oh, dude, what?
You're like, but you're a pizza normie. Yeah, you're a pizza normie. You're an American pizza goer. That's your taste is muddled.
Lil Crispy asks, Rob, how do you feel about the FIA enforcing slower pit stops? I didn't know about that. Is that I don't know.
That's huge. It's a game changer. Let me tell you.
I don't know. I don't know if it makes. It shouldn't change a lot about the races. I don't think.
You know what I was doing? I've been reading, or inadvertently reading about the new baseball drama. With
but they check people for it's a fucking
trying
shit
to
show
freeze the pitchers because
if baseball didn't have enough fucking problems, dude, that sport is so fucking boring to watch. I think it was I think I read it somewhere. It was
how can we slow it down more?
The Phillies and somebody played the other day, and it was from the first pitch to the last pitch, it was 4 hours of game time and 18 minutes of actual ball in play time. Fuck that. Sharkboy97 asks top 3 games that make you rage. Jump King, Co-op, and Destiny.
Destiny pisses me off. I hate that game.
Any racing or fighting game.
Angel says, Mr. Fruit, you found a main in Guilty Gear yet? Also, super excited for the Pokemon content.
No, I haven't had time to play Guilty Gear since it released because it was around my wedding. And then I want to play it more. I've just been so busy. And the problem is I can't dedicate time to doing content on it because there is not a return on investment there as far as time because no one cares. So it would just be casual. But if I did have to main somebody, it would either be Patinkin, whatever, because he's hilarious. He's stupid, but he's hilarious. I watch tournaments and stuff, so I'm keeping up with it.
I see Leffen playing it a lot.
Yeah, but he plays somebody. She has the long haired chick. Boring. Noburushi or whatever, the samurai dude. I suck with him, but he's really cool.
Oh, he's hype.
Yeah. My problem is I always just activate my blood gauge and kill myself. So
I was just about to ask you, Lou, have you played it at all?
Haven't played it. I want to, but I just haven't. I don't have a console to play it on right now, and I don't want to play it on PC because I don't have a good controller for PC to play it on.
Or Ram Lethal, because I like the idea of the 2 swords. Cool.
Farnanelli asks, are there any quirky sport games you genuinely enjoyed playing? For example, I really liked MLB Slugfest, where you could punch other players and actually catch a ball on fire if you played well. As always, I love the podcast and still watch every video.
NFL Blitz and NFL Street.
Yeah, the NFL Blitzes were sick. NFL Street was cool. Backyard Baseball was really good. Backyard Football on the GameCube was dope. Need for Speed. Or no. Burnout. There's a. I don't know what Burnout it was.
Paradise.
No, not Paradise. It was the one before that. But basically, you would just try and make a giant car accident, and it was fucking cool.
And it was sick, brother.
Yeah, you just literally made a car accident.
I heard you a southern draw came out of that. That was weird.
Oh, it was bad fucking ass.
Bad ass, brother. Bad ass.
Burnout Revenge is the only one I know, so that's why I threw it out. I was hoping it was right.
No, I think it's Burnout 3 Takedown.
Burnout Paradise, the whole Burnout series, brother. Just running cars into shit and making them explode.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, I was never big into many other sports aside from NFL, so I never really played any games that weren't football.
Papa Dadums asks, what was the first movie you watched that made you realize movies could be bad? For example, I realized this when I watched Superman 3 at the age of 7. I hated it, and Emo Parker made me terrified of horny men forever.
I can't tell you the first one, but I'll tell you the latest one.
Oh, here we go.
It was last weekend, I believe. Wanted to watch a movie. I was like, what's new out on streaming services? And there's one called The Misfits or whatever. It had freaking Nicholas. What the fudge?
The Misfits.
What's the cast?
Oh no, I got you.
Isn't
band
it
of
Piers Brosnan or something?
Yeah, Piers Brosnan,
Nick Cannon,
Pirat, Jamie Chung. Yeah, you watched this? After being recruited by a group of unconventional thieves, renowned criminal Richard Pace finds himself caught up in the middle of an elaborate gold heist that promises to have far-reaching implications on his life and the lives of countless others.
I was like, oh, heist movie. And like some of the things I saw online were like, oh, like if you like Ocean's 11, you like this. I was like, well, I love
Nick
Ocean's
Cannon's
11.
in this?
Yeah, Nick Cannon. And I was like, oh, Ocean's 11. Yeah, great. I like a good heist movie. Turn it off after 30 minutes. I can't tell you the last time I stopped a movie and didn't finish it. I would tell you where to begin on what was wrong with that movie, but quite literally everything. Music, cinematography, editing, acting, like there wasn't one thing that wasn't not bad. Like who greenlit this? It was trash. The story, exposition, dialogue, holy, just everything.
You know, Christian, you were actually there at this movie.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, you
That
no,
one wasn't one of them.
We were at the movie theater together for this movie.
The Last Jedi.
And huh?
Was it The Last Jedi?
No.
Oh, I thought that's.
It was like no, it's like the first movie that I can genuinely remember being like, holy shit, that was bad. And it was in high school.
Give me a hint.
One of the scenes in the movie that I critique a lot is she's running away from something, but all she has to do, is just take a left.
Prometheus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the first time I remember
She
watching
just goes horizontally at all. She's.
Yeah, all she has to do is run to the left, and that movie I'll never forget. I was like watching it and just going like, I'm watching a bad movie right now, like at midnight. Like,
I remember you
I'm
always
tired.
talking about that. Just run left or right.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's probably the first time I remember like seeing a bad movie.
Spider-Man 3.
a good
Spider-Man
answer.
3.
Seen some bad movies. Spider-Man.
See, I think I was just like stupid and as a kid, like, oh, Spider-Man swinging Venom, that was awesome. You know, like
I was so hyped. 1 and 2, I was like, 1, classic. 2, one of the best movies ever. 3, I was like, what the Spider-Man 3 was like the first time I was like disappointed in a movie. I was like, man, what the fuck?
I'm not mad.
And Jamie has the last question. Says, question for Rob: what are your predictions for the Styrian Grand Prix this weekend?
You're like an F1 pro now, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Lewis gets on track this week. I think we see the classic. I think you see a classic. Lewis, Verstappen, Bottas, top 3. You know, they bring it back to reality.
Just the usual.
Yeah, bring it back.
Vroom vroom.
And that'll wrap it up for the GG over easy questions. We take a week off and we have a 2-hour episode for you guys.
Hey,
that's how much we care
actually
about
2.5 almost.
Yeah.
Big bug. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Thank you everybody for the questions. Thanks to all of our stands over at Patreon. Thank you to everybody watching and or listening on our YouTube channel or any of the audio outlets you can find us on. Love you guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.